Welcome to Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers. Tonight, our 2024 season begins from Preble County as the Eaton Eagles host the Greenville Green Wave. And we welcome you to the first of 10 Thursday Night Light matchups. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Matt Digby, delighted to be joined again by the College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byars. We'll also hear shortly from Joshi. But Keith, first of all, happy week one. There's always that excitement, that anticipation, sometimes over-anxiousness about waiting for preseason to end, but it's finally go time for the Green Wave and Eagles.
You're 100% correct. All off season I've been this summer. Are you ready for football season? I'm like, no, I enjoy it all season. But it's football season starting tonight, so I'm fired up. I'm going to be fired up for the rest of all the way through the Super Bowl, all through high school season. It's Thursday night lights. Where else you want to be than being playing football? You know, right this Thursday night in August.
Absolutely, and we are expecting a great matchup between the Green Wave and the Eagles. Time now to meet our third member of the broadcast team, Joshi. Good evening, Tej.
Good evening, my friends. I am so excited for week one of high school football, just like the two of you. Now, I've been watching warm-ups as both teams get ready for the game. I spoke to 5 seniors earlier today from the team here at Eaton. They are both 5 seniors, 5 captains who are now in leadership roles. So get excited to watch the changing of the guard here at Eaton. The new seniors here are excited to lead their team. Now, on the Greenville side, I just spoke with some of the administrators over there who are excited to play against Eaton because it's a team they know, they are familiar with, and they are excited for the opportunity to prove themselves. They have a younger team. Sophomores and juniors make up a huge bulk of their team, but they are excited to lay it out tonight and see how they stack up against this Eaton team. Of course, I am pumped for lots and lots of beautiful weather for tonight's game, and for a full check on the forecast, let's check in with meteorologist Natalie Walters.
Well, feeling like football for our first Thursday night lights of the season. Greenville takes on Eaton at Eaton, and it's looking great. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s around kickoff. Lots of sunshine. The best part is low humidity. Will stay quiet and cool, maybe even needing a light sweater by late into the evening as temperatures continue to fall into the lower 60s by around 10 p.m. But overall, things are looking great for Thursday night lights.
Thank you, Natalie. Coming up next, the coin toss and the opening kickoff. It's Greenville and Eaton on the opening week of Thursday Night Lights.
Greenville, you're the visitors. You'll call the coin toss, heads or tails? He's calling heads. If I drop it, we do it again. It's Greenville, you've won the toss. Greenville's won the toss. Defer points the second half. That means you want the football? What end would you like to defend?
I'd like to defend the skateboard.
Put your backs around there. Swing this way. Greenville first. Eaton will receive. Shake hands, guys. Good luck.
Good luck, fellas. Good luck, y'all. Good luck.
And that was the Big Sandy coin toss. Eaton winning the toss. They will receive the opening kickoff. Here are Keith's keys to the game, presented by Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Well, I'm looking for Greenville. You know, they're on a, I'm not going to say they're on a losing streak because they've lost the last 12, but it's a new season, new everything. So they're 0-0. But they got to, you know, no early turnovers and try to take the home crowd out of the game. That's one of my keys for Greenville and for Eaton. Control their emotions. Everybody's excited. First game, you know, of the season. No silly penalties. And just trust your game plan. Trust you've been practicing on all summer, and now you get a chance to go out here and finally execute what you want to get done this evening.
Again, this is the traditional season opener for the Green Wave and Eagles. Eaton has won the last 3 matchups, trying to make it 4 in a row, as Mason Pieri has the ball teed up. The opening kickoff of 2024 brought to you by Carol Wirtz Tire Company. We welcome you to season 2024. It's been a long wait, but the wait is finally at 0.
As soon as he kicks this ball off, we got a new season here.
2 men are deep for Eaton. It's going to be taken by Connor Back from about the 10-yard line, quickly up to the 25, and already able to get past a couple of players out to the 29-yard line. That's where he is stopped for the first possession of 2024 for the Eaton Eagles.
That was a good return. He set the team up, and it was a short kick, but you know that's how you hit it up in there. You trust your blockers, you get up into that wedge, and hey. Ball's on the 30-yard line. That's how you start your season off.
You see the Eagles starting offense presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback. He is one of several who will be playing both ways for the Eagles, at least starting-wise, and a very senior-laden offensive unit. You saw 5 captains if you were watching our programs earlier this morning on your day on ABC 22 or Fox 45. But this is Aaron Rodgers with Connor back in motion. 1st and 10 from the 30. And Rodgers looking for back, complete to the 35. Already got past one man out to the 40. That will be close to a first down indeed.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he's got the name and the number.
He does.
Aaron Rodgers of the New York Jets, and Dan Marino, number 13. I mean, he was born to play this position, I believe.
You see, you look at the starting defense for the Eaton Eagles. They will go with a 4-2-5 setup once they go on defense. Also, in the meantime, taking a look at Greenville's defense, they have a 4-3 setup. That was indeed a first down presented by Bathmasters, or Arby's.
Oh, boy. That was a big hit. I'm telling you, that's how you want to start the season, though. I didn't get the number. I think
here's a look at the Greenville defensive starters presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Again, they go with a 4-3-4 setup, and again, just like Eaton, they do have quite a few players that will be going both ways.
Lucas Thorpe, that's a nice hit. And I love those kind of hits, those knockback hits. I'm a running back, so I like for the running backs to fall forward, but you got to give credit to your defense there. Nice hit.
They are saying no gain on the play, so it's 2nd and long with Rodgers in the shotgun, and this will be a run up the middle for Cordes Berard. Quickly out past midfield, and quickly has enough for another Eaton first down presented by Arby's. Cordes Berard, his first carry of the game. It takes the Eagles past midfield.
I'm liking how the offensive line is playing for, Eaton. And they're getting movement at the point of attack, opening drive of the game and opening drive of the season. Look at them. You're a running back. You love to see that. You don't see any resistance till you're 4 or 5 yards down the field. You got to credit to the big guys up front.
Already a healthy mix-up of plays. The first 3 plays Eaton has taken from scrimmage.
We've seen 3 different formations, too. Here's a different one. There, trips left.
Rodgers, another handoff to Berard. Quickly waits for a hole open. Not as big as the last run, but it will take him to about the Greenville 41-yard line, a gain of about 7.
The running game, you're looking for, 4 yards in a cloud of dust. I know when Hayes, you say 3 yards in a cloud of dust, but successful runs, you're looking for 4 yards. And, they're getting that and more, with this running game.
Now Berard actually, I think his helmet may have came off in the play. He was able to run off the field under his own power, but he does have to leave the field for at least one play.
At least one play when that helmet comes off. Here's another formation.
Rodgers scrambling himself, has enough for the first down and plenty of room to move inside the 35, close to the 30, and we've got another helmet coming off. Just purely incidental. And that's actually Rodgers whose helmet came off, so he's going to have to leave the field for a play.
Well, the only way he can stay in the game, they have to, call a timeout. I don't think they want to waste a timeout so early.
No, indeed, they have gone to the bench. They've brought in number 19 to run this play.
It's Travis Davis.
Travis Davis.
Trevor Davis.
Trevor Davis. So Trevor Davis on the first series of the season, getting some time from the shotgun.
Fumble exchange with new quarterback.
New quarterback, new running back. And a handoff complete to the 25-yard line. That was number 3, Bryson Simpson, taking the carry for a couple of yards. So brings up 2nd and about 4, it looks like.
I like that in Trevor. You don't have to get ready when you stay ready. He was ready to come in there and, did his job. Nobody jumped off sides with new cadence at the quarterback.
2nd down and 4 from the 25-yard line.
And 4 wide offense.
Rodgers looking to his right. Pass complete to an open Brandon Couch, who muscles his way down to the 16-yard line. And that's good for another Eaton first down presented by Arby's. And it also has moved the Eagles into the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important.
All right, they are moving the ball. This is, the way you draw it up all off season. We finally get to the first game of the season, opening drive, and, everything that Coach Davis has drawn up has been very good.
Again, Brandon Couch on that reception, his first of the season. A lot of firsts, obviously, with week 1 of 2024. And our first flags of the season.
I don't know if offense moves first or not.
Dead ball, false start. Offense number 74, 5-yard penalty.
And that's really been the one sequence all drive that we've seen that's gone.
That was one of my keys
Eaton.
to the game. Control your emotions for the first game of the season. They're a little anxious there. They got a good drive going, and that's with a killer drive in a minute is unnecessary penalties, unforced turnovers. I mean, unforced, penalties. You can live with a holding call or like that once in a while, but jumping off sides, you see that a lot in the first game or two of the season.
And you see a very methodical drive. It's already taken up more than 4 minutes off the clock, and it's 1st and 15 from the 21-yard line. It's Cordes Berard back up to the 16 into the 15-yard line. He's going to be stopped for a short gain.
We'll call it timeout. One of the coaches is over there trying to get the officials' attention, but he didn't see it. And you don't mind when you get positive yards like that.
So it is a gain of about 6 yards. So 2nd down and 9 from the 15 as, again, we're coming up on just over 7 minutes to play in this first quarter. Again, Eaton had the opening kickoff. This is the first drive of the season, so Greenville eagerly awaiting their first drive coming up. 2 men in the backfield with Rogers. Quickly rolls to his left. Has a man in the open. Couch has a step, and it's just beyond the reach of Brandon Couch.
That's a tough throw for the quarterback. When you're rolling left, you got to get your shoulders, square parallel to the line of scrimmage. And, he never quite did. A little bit of angle that kind of made that ball sail on him a little bit.
Yeah, Couch did a great job to get separation from the 2 Greenville defenders. Gage Denham was the closest to him, but it was a situation where either Couch was going to make that reception or nobody.
Right, exactly. You don't want to underthrow that pass in the end zone. A big 3rd down here.
First 3rd down of the season.
If you're Greenville, you just want to get off the field, bend but don't break defense. Here comes a blitz.
Rogers in the middle, waiting, fires. What a catch by Brandon Couch. It's not a touchdown, but it is a first down inside the 5. Brandon Couch, my goodness.
I'm going old school. Look like one of my ex-teammates for the Philadelphia Eagles. Look like Keith Jackson. You're at home. Look it up. Look who Keith Jackson is. Look on the internet. But for today's game, how about Gronk? How about Rob Gronkowski? Okay, Jason Kelsey.
Able to pin the ball against his body.
Travis Kelsey.
So another first down presented by Arby's, and it puts the Eagles at the 1-yard line. They're going to go with 3 men in the backfield. Rogers, handoff to Simpson. And only 1 yard needed and 1 yard taken by Bryson Simpson for the first touchdown of 2024. That touchdown presented by Donatos.
Good job by that offensive line. They did a good job.
Very methodical opening drive, and they were able to make it work. They had the 3rd and 9, but they did not let that panic them. Instead, they went for the spectacular.
And it worked out just right. You got to smell that end zone tight end. Got to stay your feet a little bit longer, get it in there. But a heck of a catch, a nice one-handed catch. Love it.
And now on to attempt the extra point for the Eagles is a young man we've heard quite a bit about since we arrived here, John Hewitt, just a junior, but already attracting attention from the likes of Texas and Clemson, and he is 1 for 1 on extra points for 2024. So the Eaton Eagles go downfield and capitalize on their first drive of 2024. Will Greenville do the same? We will find out after this break. You're watching Thursday Night Lights on MyTV Dayton. 6:16 to go in the opening quarter of the opening game of Thursday Night Lights 2024 on MyTV Dayton. Matt Digby, Keith Byars, Joshi, and our crew greeting you from Preble County, where the Eagles have just had a very successful, very methodical drive downfield, capped off by a 1-yard touchdown run by number 3, Bryson Simpson.
Yeah, I mean, what an opening drive. Almost 6 minutes off the game clock. They just drove it down there. Only had one, 3rd down, and they was able to convert that. And you don't draw it up any better. That 3rd down, you looked like they was going to have to maybe settle for a field goal, and you didn't want to keep the ball that low and settle for a field goal. And they didn't do that. Good conversion down on 3rd down, got it to the 1, and they just marched it in after that.
So this kickoff is sponsored by Carol Wirtz Tire Company. It's John Hewitt who sends it away, only 1 man deep, and he's going to let the ball go out for a touchback.
You're 9 yards deeper to the end zone. Yeah, that'll get attention of a lot of colleges.
Here's the main play, not the touchdown, but the play right before the touchdown. Brandon Couch pinning the ball to his body with 1 hand.
He's going to love that. I mean, I'm glad this game is on television. He can watch that 10, 20 years from now. So they got the DVRs at home working. Nice running back by Bryce Simpson. Running that for that touchdown. Now, what Greenville can't do is panic. They can't, if I'm them, you don't want to go 3 and out. You're on the road. You don't have to, get points on this drive, but you want to try to get the crowd out of it. You want to at least get a first down or 2, and then you think about scoring.
Aiden Mannix will line up under center with 2 men in the backfield, Michael Fox and Gabe Rammel. And on the Green Wave's first offensive play of the season, it's Rammel who tried to dodge a blocker and maybe got half a yard, but it's going to bring up 2nd and long.
That was a nice play by Gavin Winnings. By turning that inside, he didn't let the running back, get outside to where he wouldn't have had any help. He turned it inside, and there was a wave of Eagle defenders coming.
There's a quick look at the Arby's scoring summary. Bryson Simpson with a 1-yard touchdown run, a 60-yard drive. Again, took up nearly 6 minutes of game time. Very efficient. And Brad Davis, you see right there, is the Eaton head coach in his 10th season. Very pleased with the outcome of that drive. 2nd down and long for Greenville. Mannix with a bit of a delayed handoff to Rammel, ran into a bit of trouble, does all he can just to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but it's still going to bring up 3rd and long for the Green Wave.
Yeah, I mean, penetration on defense, that kills an offense. And I know Greenville's offense, the offensive line didn't quite get it done. He was trying to pull a guy, and when they blitzed it in there, kind of, destroyed it right there in the backfield.
There you see the Greenville offensive starters presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Aiden Mannix, the quarterback, Gabe Rammel, the running back, and they're also helped out by a fullback, Michael Fox, number 80. He will be in the backfield. This is the first offensive lineup for first-year head coach Sean Ford. He just joined the Green Wave back in January of this year, succeeding Bart Schmitz. On 3rd and long, Mannix going for his first pass attempt of the season. Downfield intended for Johnny Barr, but 2 defenders in coverage were Connor Back and Aaron Rodgers, and that's going to be a 3 and out for the Greenville offense.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I didn't want to see happen for, Greenville. The last thing you want to go is 3 and out. I mean, you took a chance, but you got to let that ball go a little bit sooner. The offensive line had help. I mean, they gave him some time to, to complete the pass, but they just weren't on the same page. You got to give credit to the Eaton defense. They played, coverage. They was in 2 deep, and they didn't bite up anything short.
Again, there you see Sean Ford. He is no stranger to high school football in Darke County. He's also a Miami Valley native, played high school football here, but his first game as a head coach. However, Greenville will go 3 and out on their opening possession. Mason Pieri kicks it away. Connor Back, the low man deep, and Eaton's going to take over with great field position at midfield.
Now, if you're Eaton, you're looking at, you're getting great field position here. You want to get points out of this drive, and if you're Greenville, don't give them anything.
Timeout for Eaton. Welcome back to Eaton High School. It's the first week of Thursday Night Lights. Those are the Greenville Green Wave cheerleaders ready for their first performance of 2024, cheering on the Green Wave as Eaton is back out for their second drive of the season, having, again, taken up nearly 6 minutes on their opening drive, going 70 yards and 60 yards and resulting in a touchdown. As here's Rodgers quickly forced to scramble. Got around one man, and he's going to be close to a first down pickup. Indeed, they will give it to him. No need to measure. That's going to be a first down for the Eagles, presented by Arby's.
You said no need to measure. I mean, I was talking to a referee this offseason, and I was asking him, why don't you guys measure? He said, with these turf fields, we know what the chain is 10 yards, and it's really not much opportunity to do it. and that's why they don't, measure a lot of times when it gets close.
Again, that first down presented by Arby's as that moves Eaton to the Greenville 40-yard line as Rogers remains out on the field with Berard, the low man in the back. Bryson Simpson now in formation, and he takes the pitch. Simpson
pass.
Sweeping to the right side, quickly finds a hole.
Turn at speed.
And nearly inside the red zone, they will mark him just at the 20-yard line. A pickup of 20 and another first down presented by Arby's.
I mean, Eaton is playing really good football, and it starts up front. My high school coach, Tom Montgomery, back at Dayton Rolfe High School, he used to tell us, nobody loves the offensive line except the head coach and the mothers. And, so that's why I would always make sure to show the love, with that offensive line.
Bryson Simpson is certainly thankful for the work his offensive line has done these first minutes of the first quarter of 2024. On 1st and 10 from the 20, Rogers with a handoff to Berard. Quickly met not long after the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a small gain.
Greenville D-line said, hey, don't forget about us.
In the meantime, that has moved Eaton's offense into the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important. It's officially a gain of 1 for Berard on that last play, so 2nd and 9 upcoming from the 19. We're just under 3 minutes to play in the first.
Trips left with your 3 receivers to the left. They've been doing a great job of mixing the run and the pass. Ball's on the ground.
Fumble on the snap, but Rogers controls it, but he's going to lose a bit of yardage. Again, not many mistakes made by Eaton, but that was one right there. They had a holding or early movement on the last drive, and now they have a bobbled snap here.
Yeah, let's see if they're able to overcome it. They overcame it the first drive of the game, and this time it's a good snap. Aaron just simply dropped the football. But what I like what he did, he didn't try to make, a bad play or worse play. It's already a bad play, just fall on top of it, and you keep possession. They had an excellent field goal kicker. If they don't convert this, depends on if they don't convert this third down, you got the field goal in your pocket.
Right now at the 21, that'd be looking at a 38-yard field goal attempt for John Hewitt if they're not able to move any closer. Simpson, the lone man in the back. Well, actually, Berard is off to the left side.
They're
Rogers
playing coverage
again. To his
again.
left.
They didn't blitz
and he
it.
has time, has a man open. Connor back, caught at the 10, and going to be dragged out inside the 10. That should be enough for an Eagle first down.
There's a flag on the play.
There is, back at the 17-yard line, and it looks like it's against Eaton.
Oh, boy.
Down the field.
Yeah, legal man down the field. When the lineman trying to throw a block and just ventured a little too far down the field. It's a little bit slow developing play, and that can happen.
So as we're just over 10 minutes into the new season, you look at, obviously, nerves are an issue for both teams, and that's something I spoke about with both Brad Davis and Sean Ford, just the anxiousness of wanting to play a physical game or a competitive game, a game that actually means something to your record, not just a scrimmage, not just practice against each other. But so far, Eaton's perspective, they're handling it with no issues.
Oh, they are. They're doing an excellent job of that. In practice this year, the kicker for Eaton has kicked, when he said 65 yards.
65. So Eaton will take this timeout with a minute 18 to play. Let's go down to the sideline and Tej Joshi.
Every high school football stadium in America is unique, and when I was asking locals here at Eaton what makes their stadium unique, almost every single one of them told me about their concession stand and the delicious chicken and potato wedges they have. That's what I want to show you really quick. This is the concession stand, and yes, they are busy all game long, and that is a look at it. The magic in a bowl right there. Their chicken, the potato wedges. Everyone that I talked to is a local here in the Eaton area. When I said, what is the key to enjoying a game here at the stadium, they pointed at that and said, you gotta get yourself a piece of that. And that's why I asked the crew here to prepare me some, just so we can get it and show you at home. I'll send it back to Matt and Keith up in the broadcast booth.
All right, thank you, Tej. Chicken and potato wedges. I think
halftime is calling me those chicken and potato wedges. Tej, put me an order in.
Yep.
I'll buy one for both of us.
Exactly.
None for you, Matt.
Oh, you can't leave me
all
hanging.
three of us. Okay.
And for our crew in the truck, definitely. 3rd and 16 after the penalty as Rogers driven well back past his 35. His screen pass complete to Bryson Simpson, and it's going to be only a short gain, though, just inside the 25, so that's going to bring up 4th down.
He's got me thinking about chicken and potato wedges. Thanks, Tej. I got to have some at halftime.
A reminder that our closed caption this year is sponsored by Thrush and Son. Our thanks to them. As we are coming up on 4th down, and for the first time this season, John Hewitt, the junior kicker who has been in conversations with Steve Sarkisian at Texas, with Dabo Swinney's staff at Clemson. His first field goal attempt, it's going to be from the right hash and 40 yards.
I want to call it 40 and a half. I'm going to make it 41.
On the way, and
is it straight enough?
Problem.
And it is straight enough.
John Hewitt, 1 for 1 on field goal attempts for the season, and the Eagles do increase their lead. Not a touchdown. The Green Wave defense is able to hold. But
I think they did that on purpose. They wanted Hewitt to show his leg.
So the fans do celebrate a score, and it is a 2-possession game with just over 30 seconds to play in the first quarter.
I mean, we've only seen Greenville offense for 3 plays in that first quarter. We're going to see a 4th play before the quarter's over with. But, that's what they have to, withstand this early wave, not the green wave, but this early hit from the home team, the Eaton Eagles. If they can withstand that, this first wave, they may get a chance to get back into it, the second quarter.
Well, there's a look at the King's Furniture Best Seat in the House. A couple of Eaton fans checking out the action on this Thursday night. A very cool night. It's been a very cool week in general. It's not the kind of weather you think of in late August. It's something you think of more in September and October, but we'll take it.
I'm not going to complain one iota because it can get hot out here. But it's a beautiful, beautiful night of high school football.
So Eaton's kickoff presented by Carol Wirtz Tire Company. It's going to go over everybody back deep and out
John
for a
Hewitt
touchback.
is kicking that ball. I can see why the colleges are, getting a friendly word in with him early with another year. He's only a junior. But at this pace, he keeps up all season long like that, he's going to be able to write his own ticket.
Well, there's Sean Ford issuing instructions to his team before they go back out to start the second drive. One thing he mentioned, and the players I spoke with yesterday at practice mentioned, enthusiasm and energy and wanting to be in the moment. They do acknowledge that the last couple of years hasn't gone according to plan for them, but right now they're 0-0, and they're going to be 0-0 until the end of tonight's game, and someone's going to have a chance to start 1-0 as
yes, I mean, you just can't say same old us, same old us. It reminds me of my last year in the NFL. I played for the New York Jets. In 2 years prior, they were 1-15.
Yep.
And then they were 7-9 the year before I got there. And I'm like, guys, I'm too old to lose.
Yeah.
And we start off 0-2, turn the season around, we go 12-4, and we go all the way to the AFC Championship game. And I remember those guys who was on that 1-15 team. They was like, man, we actually got a chance to make the playoffs. I said, we ain't got no chance. We're going to make the playoffs. So you need more of that contagious attitude around them. So, it's a long way to go. It's only one quarter into the season for Greenville, so that'll be just fine.
That's Tage Joshi tossing T-shirts out to the fans as we get ready to start the second quarter of Week 1 of Thursday Night Lights. Lee's Thursday Night Lights presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers. It is second down and long for Greenville as Mannix throws over the middle, complete. That is good for a Green Wave first down and a broken tackle close to the 45-yard line, past the 45. And an outstanding play, a play that was needed to jumpstart the Greenville offense. A great reception by Gage Denham, and that's a first down presented by Bathmasters.
They probably needed 2 footballs. There's a couple guys open on that play, so that's a way to to start the second quarter. You've been hitting the mouth in the first quarter. Now you come back and you take a swing at them.
Great job by
figuratively, of course.
Johnny Barr had the block on Aaron Rodgers that allowed Denham to get a couple extra yards after the catch, so it's out to the 47-yard line. That's where Greenville records their first down of the season.
What a catch.
What another catch.
That was Lucas Thorpe. Went up one hand. He said, I saw one-handed by Couch earlier, and I'm going to do one for my team.
Why wait until
climb the ladder?
Why wait until the middle of the season? We can make circus catches in Week 1.
How about that? We've seen 2 fantastic catches so far. We're still in the first half of the season.
And that is indeed enough for another Green Wave first down on back-to-back plays. First downs in the second and fourth quarters of the season are presented by Bathmasters. So the Green Wave will set up at the Eaton 41-yard line, their first time in opponent territory this season.
There's a nice slant there, man. He's coming out throwing. He's coming to blitz.
Mannix dodging traffic, gets back to the line of scrimmage, but he's not going to get much further than that. He does well to avoid a loss and pick up a yard on the play. It will set up 2nd and 9 from the 40.
Yeah, he had lost the 6 on it all the way. He was able to, stay, keep his feet, felt the pressure.
Like you were saying, this is exactly what Greenville needed, to not panic, wait for the opportunities, and they have presented themselves the last couple of plays, and that's why they're in past the 50.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give, Coach Ford some, credit by keeping it, keeping a positive attitude. And really, the first quarter, they only had 3 plays. Mm-hmm. Well, 4, including it right before the end of the quarter. So, no need to panic.
Yep.
It's 10-0. All you need is, points out in this drive. Get back in it. He's taking a chance. Oh.
Mannix quickly ran under pressure. He had a hole that if he had gotten through in time, that would have opened up plenty of space. He could have run it for the first down, but that hole closed quickly.
Got to give credit to that Eaton secondary.
Yes.
He wanted to throw it. He had one-on-one coverage, but they were covered. And he did a good job by not forcing it and just eat it and play on 3rd down.
So 3rd and 9 upcoming. Mannix did well to get back to the 40 and prevent a loss on the play, so no gain but no loss at the same time. It's still at the 40-yard line.
I would be looking for Lucas Thorpe again.
Thorpe is on the left.
Get set. You ain't got much time. 3 seconds to go.
They get the snap off, throwing right, intended for Barr. Passes
is it enough for the first?
And that's going to be a close spot. Johnny Barr was
close.
He was the low man on the right side. It looks like he may be short.
They called him 4th down. Man, I just spoke on that. The referees hardly ever, measure. As a coach, you want that measurement to buy a little extra time. You get an extra little time out there while they're trying to figure out if he's short or not.
Clock now under 9 minutes, and it looks like they didn't really spend a lot of time debating. They were going to go for it.
Oh yeah, I think they had already made their mind up. If it's 3rd and less than 3 or 4, we're going for it. But they may have to burn a timeout here if they don't get out of that huddle and get the play called.
They did get the play off.
This big boy football. I think they're going to run it right up the middle.
2 men in the backfield. It's going to be the fullback Michael Fox from our angle.
It depends on the mark.
For a first down,
is it the left foot or the right foot? They should have did the Philly shove. The brotherly shove. The brotherly shove. They're thinking about it.
From our angle, it looked like he got it with the first effort, but now
they're going to measure now.
Take a timeout for measure.
Yeah.
Michael Fox, the fullback, got the carry from our view.
When I said left foot, right foot, it depends on which way you're going. They're going to the north end of the stadium, so the ref would probably mark it with his left foot. That'd be first down. If he marks it with his right foot, it's short.
Well, here we go. A pivotal moment with 8.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Greenville on their second drive of the season. Did they convert a 4th down and 1? Just.
Woo, by the nose of the football.
Just.
There was a left foot spike, left foot mark. I was going to tease the referees in pregame, and I saw him walking out. I'm like, hey, we come to watch football game, not you. But I take it easy on him.
Looking at that angle, it looks like Michael Fox
he's
has
not down.
Gabe
he's
Rammel,
on top of him.
His teammate, to thank for the extra push, the Bush push.
There you go, the tush push.
That's a Greenville first down presented by Batmasters as they set up at the Eagle 31-yard line on their second drive of the game and the season.
They've been successful with the short passing game. They're coming back with it again.
Tried a short drop back. Now he's trying to buy some more time. He's going to run out of time quickly as in pursuit was Preston Orr, number 23. That's going to be a huge loss back to the 40-yard line.
That's a big loss. That's over 10 yards, but an 8-yard loss.
Well, he tried the pump
but that's
fake.
what happens when you run it to your left and your right-handed quarterback. You got to protect the football, and he couldn't really get it thrown away just yet. Excellent job on defense. Number 23.
Preston Orr.
Preston Orr. Great job, Preston.
Official ruling on the play is a loss of 7, so it's going to be 2nd and 17 back at the 38-yard line. The line to gain is the 21.
That's Preston Orr's first sack of the season, huh?
Yep. Always exciting week one with the first.
Oh,
And
there's
here
number
quickly
2.
coming up the middle again.
He's got 2
Preston
sacks.
He wasn't happy with just one.
He said that's 2. He took an inside rush there. Last time he kept contained, he got the sack. This time he rushes on the inside and, beat the tackle to it.
So now Greenville has really got their work cut out for them on 3rd and 24 by my count. Back at the Eaton 45-yard line, you need to get to the 21.
Yeah, if you're Eaton, you're just talking about no penalties. Because most defensive penalties are automatic first downs.
Yep.
So no penalties and just play, bend but don't break defense. Just give up no big plays and you'll get the ball back in decent field position.
Coming up on 6.5 minutes to play. Mannix ran into some miscommunication.
Yeah, they tried to get a screen off, but not so.
No one was there for Greenville. Cordes Berard nearly had a interception that he could have walked into the end zone. As it is, it's a 4th down. So a promising drive for Greenville, but it will end in a punt.
All right, he wanted to set the screen up. You got to slow him down a little bit. So you release him. They're sitting the offensive line trying to get the screen set, but
Looked like Camden Reithman would have been the intended recipient of that pass, but Cordes Berard was standing in the way. So a promising drive by Greenville, but it will end in a punt. Connor Back is the lone man receiving for the Eagles as Mason Pieri sends it away. And takes a bounce to about the 20.
It was about to go inside the 20, looked like. But.
And that's where Eaton will take over. So the Eagle defense bends but does not break. 6:22 to play until halftime. 10-0 on Thursday Night Lights. A live look at the Eaton faithful, ready to celebrate Week 1, the return of high school football 2024, and they are no doubt pleased with the result of the first quarter and a half of the season. Eagles with a 10-0 lead and about ready to start their 3rd possession from their own 20. Matt Digby, Keith Byars, Tage Joshi, and our crew greeting you from Preble County as a handoff met right at the line of scrimmage. Cordes Berard.
He talking about his own lineman.
Yeah. Nearly had an interception of the previous play and then kind of went the other way against his favor this one.
Cordes is a load. He's a big fella playing both sides. The ball almost had an interception. He plays defensive line and running back.
Yep.
How about that?
So no gain on the play as the clock is now under 6 minutes to go until halftime. Then coming up at halftime, Tage Joshi will introduce you to members from both the Greenville High School and Eaton High School communities as we represent Dark and Preble counties on this Thursday in late August. On second down, Bryson Simpson sweeps to his left. Got one hold to about the 24-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 6, which is much more manageable than 3rd and longer.
Well, I would be remiss. We're here player profiles from the community. 40, almost, a little over 40 years ago. A player from Eaton came to Ohio State when I was there.
Oh, really?
A guy by the name of Fred Ritter.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of our Eaton greats, and I mentioned his name to a couple of fans before I came over to the press box. Yeah, we know Fred.
Yep.
Fred Ritter. His nickname is Fritter. I just outed him. So you local people,
it's right there.
It's right there. You
it
see
is
Fred
right there.
Ritter. Hey man, they call you Fritter at Ohio State. Yes. I love you, Fred. Low snap.
Rogers able to control it, but this is not the first low snap. But this pass complete to Connor Back and good for a first down to about the 32-yard line.
Now the back didn't like getting hit in the face there, but it wasn't all legal. It wasn't face mask.
They needed 7. They got 7 plus 7 from the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be out to the 34-yard line, and that is good for an Eaton first down presented by Bathmasters.
The Eagles, Eaton, it seems like they're starting up that offense again. They punted the last time, but they're getting that offense revved up like they did in the first quarter. If you're Greenville, you got to snuff this drive out while you're on this side of the 50.
Especially because Greenville's drive has been fairly lengthy, their most recent drive, so Eaton's offense has been on the sideline for some time.
Line is.
But Cordes Berard quickly up the middle past the 40 and going to set up another second down and short from about the 41-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain.
We got a long ways to go, but I don't know who's the early favorite for the offensive player of the game is that offensive line.
They've been paving the way.
They are doing a good job.
Allowing time for first Bryson Simpson to score what has been so far the only touchdown of the game from a 1-yard run out, and giving Rogers time to complete his passes. This pass completes to Connor back, and he's quickly out to the line to gain.
Not down yet.
Should give him forward progress.
We're 3 minutes and 26 seconds from the half, but we haven't had a turnover. And usually in the first game of the season, the first half, you get at least a turnover or two. And right now, both teams are playing good, clean football.
Holding offense number 23, 10-yard penalty, second down.
And what Eaton thought was going to be another first down, there's Preston Orr in the foreground.
No, that's not holding. That's just tackling. Come on, Preston. You gotta let him go. You got a good block initially, but you can't keep him balled up like that. You gotta open up your hands and then you try him.
So second down and 13, it looks like. Ball plays back at 34, though more like second and 10, it looks like from my view. Rogers looking downfield. That pass over traffic, complete by back and out to the 48-yard line. Well, it is going to be a first down presented by Bathmasters as Eaton moves toward midfield with the clock about to go under 3 minutes in the first half.
That was a nice smooth throw and a good catch, good concentration too.
And you see multiple Green Wave defenders required to make the stop. Otherwise, Back was able to keep his center of gravity moving forward and stay up, try to extend the play.
Reverses out. Now he's rolling to his right. Uh-oh.
Rogers looking for Couch, going for another spectacular grab. He did get a hand to it, but good job
Couch
by...
got a little lazy on that one. You could have got two hands on that one, Couch.
Titus Eberwine was the man on coverage for the Green Wave, so it's going to be second and 10.
Yeah, that play's been there for him.
Eaton has been able to get behind the Greenville defense. It's just been a matter of Rogers getting over eager, maybe, again.
I mean, he was rolling to the right that time, so he was able to get his shoulder square. I think, Couch got to get squared up, get two hands on it.
Well, if you're watching the game on Facebook, be sure to check us out at Dayton 247 Now. We are not just on MyTV Dayton, but also on Facebook. As we have a timeout called by Greenville, their first of the season, and we will take it with them. 2:35 to go in the half. Greenville trailing 10-0 and Eaton on the move. 2:35 to go in the second quarter. Eaton with the ball at a 10-0 lead on the season premiere of Thursday Night Lights, and apparently it's Hawaiian night.
I'll go with that.
Yep.
I love it. I mean, this is...
The fans keeping him aligned with a theme.
And these kids, when they look back at this, that's what I was thinking about, too. You're playing for the devil. You look back at this 10, 20 years from now, like, hey, look at your mom. Look at your uncle. Look at your dad. Oh, good.
On
good.
second down, Rogers quickly finds himself under pressure and is sacked. That was multiple Green Wave defenders led by number 53. That's Anthony Gutierrez on the stop.
Yeah, how about that? His first sack of the season. And, the logo on the back of their helmet is developed a dog. And that's bringing the dog out of you right there. Good play.
That was something that I spoke to Camden Reithman about yesterday, and Sean Ford, one of the attributes he's brought to this first year in charge of the Green Wave, develop the dog, a dog mentality, keep playing for 48 minutes, and that's exactly what Greenville has done this first half.
Yes, they have.
So third down and 14, line to gain is the Greenville 42-yard line. Rogers with time in the
offensive
pocket.
Line giving him time.
And he's eventually going to have to throw it away.
Good decision. Good decision.
So the Greenville defense, indeed, with a dog mentality that series to force Eaton to get creative.
They never let him get over the 50.
And that's a win for Sean Ford. They'll get the ball back with 1:43. And they are indeed sending John Hewitt out to punt.
John Hewitt is going to probably put that ball inside the 10 or 15-yard line, if not the end zone. They're going to have a little over a minute to go in the half. And they're kind of looking how they're going to play this last minute and a half out. Will you still be aggressive and, risk a turnover if you're backed up? Or just play conservative? You get the ball to start the second half.
Lone man back for Greenville is Gage Denham. He's going to try and take it. He does take the fair catch from about the 12-yard line. So with 90-plus seconds to play in the first half, you got more than 80 yards to go. Is it a situation of just go for it, try to get something out of it, at least in field goal range?
It's only a two-score game. You've had a decent second quarter. The first quarter didn't go so well. So you're playing them straight up this quarter. I would be more conservative. We're getting the ball. From Greenville, I said we're getting the ball to start the second half.
Yes, they are. Yep.
You're inside the 15-yard line like I thought it was going to be. Make Eaton burn up their timeouts. They only have 2 left. So I would be more conservative here.
So Greenville back out for the drive after forcing Eaton to punt for the first time this season. 3 drives. 1 in the touchdown, 1 in the field goal, 1 in the punt. And now Manick sets up under center, but there's a flag before the snap.
Did somebody flinch on that offensive line? Yeah, now it's more. He was trying to get them to jump offside. You got your own guy to jump off.
And there's a look
at the snap count.
There's a look at the King's Furniture and Mattress best seat in the house. That's from the Greenville stands. Those making the drive from Darke County. Couple of county seats represented tonight. Greenville, the county seat of Darke County. Eaton is the seat of Preble County. And we will actually be
I did not know that. Thanks for letting me know that.
Yeah, and we will actually be in Darke County in 4 weeks when Ansonia takes on Tri-Village. That's going to be a matchup looking forward to over in New Madison. That's week 5 of the season. On 1st and 15, a delayed handoff.
That's
and
a nice play, though.
Gabe Rammel able to get back to close to the original line of scrimmage. It will be a positive gain.
That's what I figured. Eaton's going to call timeout.
Yep. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to. Again, this is just week 1 of 10. Next week, we're actually on the west side of Dayton. Next week, we're headed to the eastern side of the Miami Valley. We'll be in Greene County in Jamestown as the Greenview Rams will host the Waynesville Spartans. And here it is, Lee's famous recipe chicken. For week 2, it's going to be a matchup between the SWBL and the Ohio Heritage Conference. Greenview hosting Waynesville. You can watch it on this channel, MyTV Dayton 22.3, or channel 24 on Spectrum, and we will also be streaming live on Facebook.com/Dayton247now. Both teams, they played each other at a very competitive game in the regular season last year. Waynesville won at home, and Waynesville, we had a chance to see the Spartans last year against Oakwood. They had a very efficient night against Oakwood. So now we'll get to see them in a road environment with a lot of players from that team that made it all the way to the regional final. They're back. Not many seniors on that Waynesville squad in 2023.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing them.
There will be plenty next week in Jamestown. On 2nd down, this is Rammel trying to break free of a tackle, and eventually he does.
And he stayed in bounds.
You do have a timeout called, though.
Yeah, you make Eaton call their last timeout.
Tackle was made by Noah Hurd.
Well, they really out of bounds? Clock isn't moving.
Well, they did call a timeout, I think is what it was. Yeah, the touchdown, yeah. So with 1:17 to go in the second quarter, be sure to check out MyTV Dayton immediately following the game, an all-new episode of Dateline. That's right here on MyTV Dayton, immediately following this matchup between Greenville and Eaton. So Sean Ford, again, his very first game as a head coach in any capacity, not just high school, but at all. And he's got to be feeling good about the Green Wave's performance, especially the second quarter. They've been able to settle down. You can maybe kind of say the nerves got to them the first minute, but since then they've been able to hold.
Yeah, they're buying what the coach is selling. I mean, I'm loving, the attitude of the team. You don't see the shoulders being slunk over there or heads held low. They're staying into it.
On 3rd down and 8. Another handoff to Rammel, quickly around one man, and
for
quickly cutting back inside. First down.
It's a foot race, maybe.
Several broken tackles, 2 men have an angle, and Rammel inside the 50-yard line. A huge pickup for the Green Wave, and they are thinking touchdown. A first down presented by Bathmasters.
That was a nice run by Gabe Rammel there, all 5'7", 180 pounds. He's one more cut away from going all the way.
How close was he to being stopped just for a short game, but keep running and not giving up. Bryson Simpson, and actually it was someone else who prevented what otherwise would have been a long touchdown run.
I wonder, do they keep it on the ground? They've been having some success here. And they come right back to the ground game.
It is going to be Gabe Rammel out to the right side.
I thought Gabe was a little tired, a little winded.
He may have been pushed out of bounds, which would help Greenville because it stops the clock until the snap with 45 seconds left. And that's something that Brad Davis did talk about, even with, they recognize that the record has been the record for Greenville the last couple of years, but don't sleep on the running back, Gabe Rammel.
I like what I see. I really do. And, how do you get a flame by started? By a little spark.
Exactly.
And they got a spark, and they're on to something here. Can they get points on the board these last 45 seconds? Still to be determined.
Was a gain of 1 on the last play, so 2nd and 9 from the 42. Mannix quickly finds himself under pressure. He rolls free to escape it and will throw it away without damage.
And without taking a loss.
Got outside the pocket, so they can't call intentional grounding, but it brings up 3rd down and 9.
Pass is incomplete. Will bring up 3rd down for the Green
I'm looking toward Lucas Glover. He's been big on 3rd down so far.
So coming up at halftime, Tage Joshi is going to be meeting with Stan Hughes from the Greenville High School community, and also a conversation with Eaton Athletic Director Travis Miller. And we'll also have first half highlights from what has been a fairly even first half between the Green Wave and the Eagles so far.
Got a chance to meet Travis Miller before the game started, so very nice man. Look forward to seeing that interview. Flea flicker.
They're going with a flea flicker. Mannix almost had a bit of trouble back at the 50 and does all he can to throw it away, so they had the idea with the flea flicker. It just kind of backfired on them.
No, I mean, I thought Eaton did a wonderful job of not biting up on it and, just playing coverage. Their secondary didn't come flying up. They stayed in their lanes, and that was good team discipline.
So 4th and 9 with just over 30 seconds to go, and
I'm going for it.
You go for it. They're at the 42, so 57 yards. We've been told that John Hewitt, if this were Eaton in this position, John Hewitt may not be called upon to try a field goal.
Leg. Yeah, it's okay to call timeout. You should taking it to the locker room with you.
Yep. Well, Greenville did go for a 4th down on their last possession. That was only a 4th and 1, but they did make it just by about a quarter length of the football.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a look at John Hewitt you see on your TV screen right there.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Watch tonight, Lee's Thursday Night Lights presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers Broadcast.
Kickers are a different breed, and I just say that with all sincerity. You got to let them do their thing.
Yep.
And he moves a little different, and I like what I've seen out of him so far. And the colleges that are interested in him, I can see that.
Yep. The likes of Texas and Clemson. Texas.
Does he play soccer too?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. So, who knows? A future SEC or ACC student athlete. The fact that Texas is now in the Southeastern Conference, that just.
Yeah, I know.
College conference changes in this day and age.
Don't overlook the Big Ten now.
We already have 18.
Yes.
Well, Greenville,
I'm talking about for his college choices.
Gotcha, yeah. Well, Greenville is going for the punt. Connor back, the lone man. He's going to take the fair catch back at the 15-yard line with 28 seconds to go. Again, Greenville will get the ball first because they deferred at the coin toss. Greenville will have the first possession after halftime.
Yeah, I was just curious how Eaton's going to play this. Are they going to take a knee or take a shot down the field and, try to get a big play? They get it somewhere around midfield with 20-something seconds left. You got a chance. You got a weapon, in John Hewitt.
They do.
So if I'm Greenville, don't think they're just going to lay down.
Being alert and playing for 48 minutes.
You got Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback, wearing Dan Marino's number, so hey.
Exactly. Sean Ford telling his players to be alert for all 48 minutes. On first down, Rogers inside his 10. He's going to scramble for it himself. Got past one man. Has plenty of room to get to the 30-yard line. Now cutting inside.
But the clock stops anyway.
Past the 45. So from the 15 out to the 45, a huge pickup by Aaron Rodgers, a gain of about 30 yards. And that's going to be a first down presented by Bathmasters.
And now the scenario we just talked about may happen.
It stops the clock with
another
19
5
seconds.
to 7 yards. I mean, they can't run the ball because you're risking it if you run it and don't get a first down. And, time will run out, so you got to expect some kind of pass. But if you're Greenville, don't relax too much and, play too soft.
3 men on the right for Rogers. Berard, the lone man in the backfield, but like you say, it could be more just for an extra blocker. And that blocking may be needed as Rogers, again, having to be forced to his left. He does get out of bounds just past midfield, so it will bring up second down and short.
Yeah, that's a good job by getting out of bounds. Give yourself, a chance for, at least 2 more plays.
They actually ruled he stepped out of bounds at the Eaton 49-yard line rather than the Greenville, so it's a gain of 4, second down and 6. With 13 seconds to go until halftime. Again, halftime report coming up next.
D lineman for Greenville, a little winded, but hey guys, only 13 more seconds. That's a good timeout by Greenville. No use taking that last timeout to the huddle. To the locker room. You want to get out here, making it a 2-score game. You don't want to give them a chance for a big play.
Especially
so
considering,
take it off, talk it over with your play.
Especially considering how this game started. Eaton really dominated from the opening series. They were methodical. They took up nearly half the clock in the quarter and ultimately got a first down, a bunch of first downs, ultimately leading to a touchdown. Greenville was then able to learn from their mistakes. They limit the Eagles to a field goal their second drive, and then the third quarter, or their third series, they actually force a punt.
How about that? And a chance again here.
So John Hewitt, he's already accounted for 4 points tonight, a PAT and a 40-yard field goal back in the first quarter.
He would love to have 7 right here with a field goal, with a long field goal. Yeah, here's the key. You don't want to make a mental mistake. If you don't get a first down, the clock doesn't stop.
Yep.
And if you're Aaron Rodgers, you can't hold that ball for too long because the clock is still running.
Second down and 6.
Quick
Rogers
decision.
looking to his left. He fires. Man is
exactly
in
what
front,
they wanted.
complete. That's Connor back with the reception to the 36-yard line of Greenville, and he steps out of bounds. That is a Eagle first down presented by Bathmasters.
Excellent run plays. Excellent. You had a defense on their heels. Got him thinking deep because you don't get nothing big, and he stops short, turn, catch. And here comes John Hewitt.
So the line of scrimmage
55-yarder or 54-yarder.
is the 37 yards, so he's looking at a 54-yard field goal from the left hash.
Looking for a good snap first. Good snap, good hold, and let the kick do the rest.
Trevor Davis
There's
is the holder.
There's the hold. There's the kick.
The kick is on the way,
Little short.
and it is just short.
Didn't catch it solid. About 2 yards short, or a yard and a half short.
So ambitious, and it was close. It did not miss by much. But Greenville able to say their defense, they made a stand. They kept it a 10-0 ball game.
Yeah, I don't think John caught that one flush. I think he may have rushed it a little bit.
Neither team had any timeouts. There was Gage Denham who was ready and waiting to run it back just in case. But yeah.
Yeah, and it was a little off to the side. Yeah, and I think he rushed it because you could hear that thud. The thump of the foot when they kick it solid, and I didn't hear that. I didn't see it either. That he did, you know it by sight and sound.
Well, Aiden Mannix is just going to take a knee, and that's going to bring an end to the first half of our season premiere of Week 1 of Thursday Night Lights. The Eaton Eagles, they score on their first 2 possessions, but there has been no score since, so it's only a 10-0 game. Greenville feeling they can compete, and they will get the ball first to start the second half after halftime. Right now, Tej Joshi is meeting at the field with Eaton head coach Brad Davis. Tej?
Coach, a good lead for you guys in that first half. What was the key to get some momentum going early in the game?
Yeah, great first drive. Came out defensively on fire as well. Kind of relaxed a little bit there in the second quarter. It wasn't good enough for us. We left some points on the board. We're going to hopefully get that fixed here at halftime.
At least from our broadcast perspective, it looks like your trenches, your offensive line and defensive line were working, especially in that first quarter. From your perspective, is that true? Were they putting the hard work in there?
Yeah, they're doing a good job. It's a four-quarter game. They have nice size, pretty good players on that side. So we've got a work cut out for us. It's going to be 4 quarters for sure.
Coach, I'll let you get in the locker room. Thank you so much. Of course, back to you guys up in the broadcast booth.
All right, thank you, Tage. Halftime show is coming up next, and you'll get to hear from members of both the Greenville and Eaton communities. The Eagles have a 10-0 lead at halftime on week 1 of Thursday Night Lights.
Week 1 of Thursday Night Lights, Eaton leads Greenville 10-0 at halftime, and we are now hanging out here with the athletic director here with our friends at Eaton. Travis Miller has got all the important information we need about the Eaton community this wonderful, beautiful evening. My friend, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay, especially looking at that scoreboard, and we're doing all right.
Now, I got to say, you got a great community here. I spent the whole day here in Eaton today, early morning until now, sunrise to sunset. Tell me a little bit more about why you are proud of the Eaton community on a night like tonight, but really every night.
Well, I mean, they love their football, for one. Just a great community, great place to raise a family, great schools. Speaking of that, we're getting started up here with the fall season, so everybody's excited. Got a great night for football, and got a great night to come out and enjoy the action. They got the bands playing here, so just a great night overall.
Talk to me a little bit about fall sports. Of course, football is now underway. That's the big thing. Everybody's always paying attention to football, but I know you guys got a whole lineup of other fall sports. What else do we need to be paying attention to?
Well, absolutely. Tennis and golf, they're starting. We just won our county cross country meet last night. Volleyball, girls volleyball team's going to be really competitive this year. So, across the board, boys and girls soccer opens up this weekend. So a lot of enthusiasm, and we're ready to get started. And some of those kids have worked really hard. All of those kids have worked really hard going into their season. And so I'm looking forward to watching them compete.
Of course, we're just about out of time here. More community interviews coming up later in our halftime show. For now, though, it's been a good half for you guys at Eaton. Wishing you best of luck as we continue the rest of tonight's game. Thank you so much, my friend Travis.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Of course. Like I said, more community interviews coming up rest of halftime. One of Thursday Night Lights. We are continuing our halftime coverage with community interviews. It is 10-0 here at halftime. Eaton leads Greenville, and we are chatting now with the principal from our friends over at Greenville. Principal Stan Hughes hanging out with us today. Of course, it is a great time of year because it is back to school time of year. My friend Principal Hughes, is this like the Super Bowl for you guys right now?
Of course, we love being in Thursday Night Lights. This is probably our 3rd time doing it, and it gives us a great time to get our kids out there, get the community involved. And as far as Super Bowls go, yeah, I mean, we love seeing our kids out, and we love being on TV. So
well, that's what I meant. What I mean is that from back to school perspective here. I know this is a really busy time of year for you as a principal, getting all the kids back. I know you were at orientation earlier tonight. For those who are watching at home right now and maybe don't know too much about Greenville City Schools, tell us more about who you guys are at your core. What is your school district all about?
Sure. One of the favorite things I have about Greenville schools is that we have great community support. We're kind of a larger town with a small town feel. And the other thing that I really enjoy about us is that we have that blue collar mentality, and we have our own career tech school in the building as well. So our kids stay with us all the time, and we have stellar staff and teachers who are able to teach all of those things, not just our regular core classes, but we also do a lot of career tech stuff.
We're running low on time here. My last question for you. I know we are an away game for you right now, but tell me about the Greenville community. You had a lot of people come out tonight. Why does that make you feel so happy?
It's like I said before, we have a ton of community support. We travel well. We're kind of like in our own little space in Darke County, and everywhere we travel is going to be a 30 or 45-minute drive. So we come out to see our kids, and our fans come out to see our kids too.
Principal Stan Hughes, it was a pleasure to get to know you tonight. We appreciate you, and I gotta say, it was a big pleasure to get to know a little bit about your community tonight. And I spent all day today getting to know the home team's community. I spent all day here in Eaton today with a new series we are calling Thursday Night Lights Off the Turf. The beginning of high school football season is always an electric, exciting time. That's true for the players, for students, and for communities at large. That's why this year we are launching a new series known as TNL Off the Turf, where we are exploring communities like Eaton that have been touched by high school football. Like so many smaller communities, local restaurants like the Eaton Place bring the community together. This spot has been open since the 1970s, and I spoke to a regular who dines here 5 days a week about her favorite item.
I love the blueberry pancake.
Tell me more about those blueberry pancakes.
Well, it's full of blueberries. You know, you go some places and you get one or two blueberries, you know. This one has each bite.
Do you think I should get one of those pancakes myself?
Yes, if you like blueberries. Do you like blueberries?
I love blueberries.
Well, then you need to get one because every bite has a lot of blueberries.
Of course, it's not just food. This breakfast spot is all about creating a sense of family.
It's just a good place to eat, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like family here. My wife works here. She's been here 18 or 19 years, ever since college. So we come here quite often when she's at work. We eat breakfast here quite a bit, but I don't know, we just like it here. It's good food, and obviously it's a social thing, you know what I mean?
There are so many staple spots to grab a bite in downtown Eaton, making this a great town to explore and eat in.
We're very proud of our community. Our residents are proud of their community. It's very friendly. Everyone's welcoming. Again, there's movies, there's downtown, there's music, there's events, there's always something to do. For a small city, we're pretty blessed with the amount of restaurants that we have.
Parks and other green spaces are also a staple of this town. Fort St. Clair State Park is a great place to check out, and this landmark tank known as Miss Preble is a must-see when you are in town. Based on my day in Eaton, I saw so many folks brimming with positivity about their town, and that translates to positivity about their football team.
You'll find our community being a large supporter of our local sports and of our local school. Eaton Community Schools are a great school system, big supporters. The community comes together and supports their team.
Throughout the 2024 season, the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group will recognize an exceptional senior student scholar athlete from each participating school. Here are this week's Jeff Schmidt Auto Group scholar athletes. From Eaton, Charlie Rubush. Charlie's a captain of the varsity basketball and volleyball teams and was named SWBL Honorable Mention in basketball. Charlie volunteers for basketball and volleyball youth clinics and camps and has been selected to be an Eagles Nest leader for the school student section. Charlie's a member of the National Honor Society and peer leading, works at a nutrition club, and enjoys volunteering for her community. From Greenville, Brooklyn Schmidt. Brooklyn has a 3.5 GPA and is a member of the varsity volleyball, basketball, and track and field teams. Brooklyn has been a member of 4-H for 9 years, is the secretary of her high school class, and is a member of Student Council, Key Club, ASL Club, and Art Club. She's been named MVL Player of the Year and is the record holder for highest kills in one game, single season, and career. Brooklyn volunteers at youth volleyball and basketball camps and plans to attend Tiffin University.
The Jeff Schmidt Auto Group is proud to sponsor the Scholar Athlete Award, featured on Thursday Night Lights. We are honored to recognize these scholar athletes from all over the Miami Valley for their outstanding academic and athletic achievements.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Leo Polovin for Marion County on to attempt the extra point. It's a fake. Warriors to the backside. They got it set up. He goes airborne. Touchdown, Marion County. It was Luke Tipton.
Unbelievable. That was incredible. Takes to the air.
3rd and 10. Terry to throw. Scans right. Directs traffic. Spins back. Middle of the field. Terry's still on his feet. He's wrapped up. Throws it. It's caught at the 15-yard line. Inside the 10.
And they kick it directly to Trevor Pike from his own 20. And Pike is on the run. pipe and lose one defender, and he's still on his feet. Clock runs out, but he's still running, and he's still running. Here comes Trevor Pike. 30, 20, 10, into the end zone.
46-yarder to win the game.
He's got 5 seconds, though. He better go.
Yeah, play clock is down. It's up. Here we go. It's
Uh-oh.
up. It's got
the
put in
distance.
leg.
It's good! Oh, my God!
It's good, and Milton wins it with a 46-yarder. The last play as the clock winds down. That is number 88.
The Halftime Report has been sponsored by Wright & Schulte.
Welcome back to Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati area Toyota dealers. Eaton Eagles with the 10-0 lead at halftime on the Greenville Green Wave as we get ready for the first of 10 Thursday Night Lights games of high school football here in the Miami Valley. Matt Digby, Keith Byars, Tage Joshi, and our crew greeting you from Preble County. It has been a mostly solid first half for the Eaton Eagles, and let's take a look at those first half highlights. Eaton had the ball for the first drive of the game, and this was the theme of the drive. Very methodical, not going for the big plays until the very end. This great catch by Brandon Couch.
Yeah, it was a big third down play, to keep the drive alive, and it led to their first touchdown of the Eaton.
Bryson Simpson breaking the plane from a yard out, getting a lot of help from his offensive line. The O-line, in my opinion, and I think yours, Keith, is right now the player of the game so far.
So far, they've had a tremendous first half. They've opened up holes for the running back, giving Aaron Rodgers time to throw the ball, to the receivers, and they're just playing an excellent football.
And the most recent score came in the final minute of the first quarter. It was a 40-yard field goal from John Hewitt. He also missed from 54, but in the second quarter, Greenville able to find their stride, although they did run into trouble with this sack and this shovel pass that was batted down. However, Greenville was able to make plays, though, and get past the 50 multiple times and have a chance. They just weren't able to capitalize.
Yeah, they closed the half out really well offensively. They didn't get any points on the board, but they had a good drive going in that last 95 seconds, of the first half. And see if they can get that carried over, here in the second half of the game. They're going to get the ball to start the second half and see if they can capitalize on some of that drive momentum, and they can turn that drive momentum into points on the board.
So 10-0 to score at halftime. Down to the sideline in Tage Joshi.
Guys, we are just a few moments away from the second half action kicking off right here in Eaton. And I just wanted to add a few more perspectives based on what you guys were saying. I spoke with the Eaton coach, and they are up 10-0 at half, but based on the way they played, at least in that first quarter, they could be up bigger. So Greenville being down just 10 points, they should feel good where they are. Let's see how that action turns out in the second half. I'll send it back up to you guys in the broadcast booth.
All right, thank you, Tage. And again, Greenville in their first game under new head coach Sean Ford, and he definitely has to be pleased with the effort. They've made growth spurts just in this first half alone, being able to, they did give up a touchdown that first drive, then they limited it to a field goal, then they haven't given up a score since.
No, they haven't. You look at it this way, it's a game of, 4 quarters.
Yep.
They lost the first quarter. They tied the second quarter, and, hey, if they can win one of these quarters, you never know how it's going to, turn out. Right now, I always say as a player, no matter what happened in the first half, score 0-0. Mm-hmm. If they scored, they was up by 5 or 10 or 12 points on us. Hey, let's go get up. They're down 12-0 or 10-0. But, hey, let's win the half, win the quarter, win each series at a time. And I'm looking forward to seeing this second half of football.
The second half kickoff presented by Carroll Wirtz Tire Company. It will be John Hewitt banging it away, and once again, no return. The Green Wave will accept the touchback and start at their own 20 for their first drive of the second half.
And I did learn at halftime John Hewitt was at Ohio State football camp this summer, so they're also one of the teams that are very much interested in him in the future.
So Ryan Day potentially interested in the services of the junior from Eaton High School, John Hewitt, who is 1 for 2 on field goal attempts so far this evening. He did have a good look from 54 right at halftime. Just came up a little bit short on that effort, but he is also good. He has connected from 40 yards.
Yeah, the kicker gets the credit for long field goals, but it's a team effort. You need a good snap, good hold, and a good kick, and he just didn't catch it solid that time.
So first play of the second half. Greenville from their own 20. Mannix with a late handoff to Gabe Rammel, who tries to get around one defender, is not able to do so. He's going to lose some yardage, so bring up 2nd and long. And it looked like, again,
excellent job by that Eaton defensive line by, stringing it out and wouldn't give Gabe Rammel, a hole to run to.
Dylan Gamble on the tackle, number 55. First time we've called his name.
Tackle was made by Dylan Gamble.
Greenville had a lot of success, with the short passing game.
Mm-hmm.
When the quarterback, Mannix held the ball a little too long, trouble came.
Yeah.
So I want to see him, get that ball out of his hand a little quicker. Lucas Thorpe had a nice catch in the first half of the game. And
here's a quick screen pass to the aforementioned Thorpe, breaking one tackle, getting past the line of scrimmage, and still on his feet, running down the sideline. One man has an angle, and Lucas Thorpe will race 83 yards for a Greenville touchdown.
I just said, get him the ball. He's a playmaker.
That touchdown presented by Donatos, and that is how you score a first touchdown of a season.
Wow, what a touchdown. No laundry on the field either. No penalties on the play. It's going to stand. Just like that, it's a one-score game. That's how you start the second half. And, we said, can you build off that momentum that you was gaining at the end of the first half? And I guess they answered that question, right away, opening drive.
Emphatically.
It was a touchdown. Every point counts. We'll take this extra point for granted. Every point counts.
Mason Pieri to attempt the PAT to bring it back to a 3-point game rather. Kick is up, and the kick is good. How about this opening minute of the third quarter? And Greenville only needed a handful of plays, but that's all they need. 83 yards. Mannix to Thorpe, and it's a 10-7 ball game. Live look at Lucas Thorpe, just moments removed from his 83-yard touchdown reception from Aiden Mannix to put Greenville on the board for the first time in 2024. And that was the play right there. Breaking tackles.
3 tackles, and that's a foot race.
Gavin Winings had the first opportunity to make a tackle, and then Bryson Simpson, it looked like, was going to be able to stop Thorpe. But then it was Thorpe off to the races after that.
Yeah, Thorpe is going to look at this play, with his kids one these days, like, hey, look at your dad when he was in high school. I love these Thursday night games.
So 10-7, this kickoff presented by Carroll Works Tire Company. It's Connor Back, who quickly is out past the 40-yard line and still dragging Greenville defenders forward to the 50-yard line. So both teams making plays, statement plays, wanting to enter the second half on a high note. Greenville we've already seen, and now Eaton has a chance to match that.
How about it? Let's see, we were just talking about Greenville getting off to a great start at the half, and look at that, 3 plays, 83-yard touchdown.
80-yard drive because there was a loss on the previous play that made it a 3rd and long situation that caused the touchdown to be 83 yards, and that is something I did see quite a bit of in Greenville's practice. They were relying on short passes and letting receivers do the work, trusting the receivers, and that's what Mannix did on that play. So Eaton's first play on offense in the second half. Cordes Perard up the middle for about a 3.5-yard gain.
Yeah, they're going to go back to what was good for them in that first quarter, was relying on the offensive line and, getting positive yards. You get about 4 there.
The Eagles were very methodical, taking up nearly 6 minutes off the clock. Of course, they were also starting back at like their 25, their 30-yard line. Again, here's the Arby's scoring summary. 83-yard catch and run from Lucas Thorpe to cap off an 80-yard drive. As we are just about 2 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, no shovel pass to
And Bryson Simpson trying to perhaps atone. He's quickly out to the Eaton or the Greenville territory. That should be good enough for an Eaton first down presented by Arby's.
I'm not trying to talk up a turnover, but this game has been really clean.
No
turnovers, very few penalties, and you don't usually get that in the first game of the season. First 2 weeks of the season, you can usually get a ton of penalties and a lot of turnovers.
If you guys are following the game on social media, be sure to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Dayton247 Now. Of course, we are also streaming this game live on Facebook, in addition to airing live on MyTV Dayton. But follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter. Dayton247 Now is the handle. That was a first down pickup presented by Arby's, and that moves Eaton inside the Greenville 40, but met for a loss. Cordis Berard in the backfield, and that was the play of number 53, Anthony Gutierrez, making the stop.
That's a second play, big play he's made tonight. Good job, Anthony Gutierrez.
And that's going to be a loss of about 2, makes it 2nd and 12 back at the 41-yard line. And again, Greenville, it's about developing the momentum and not giving up, not hanging your heads, and playing until the end of the game in about 20 minutes of game time from now. Still a long way to go.
Long way to go. They're having trouble getting set up on defense, Greenville is. They're confused instead of at least to a big play.
Handoff to Berard is more profitable than a previous attempt. Berard moves past the 35-yard line out to about the 34-yard line, so a gain of, I would say, 8. But it's still going to bring up 3rd and manageable than 12. It is going to be less than 12.
Yeah, I mean, you're almost in 4th-down territory, but you got John Hewitt. So if you don't get the first down, you're well within his range of a field goal.
Right now they're looking at a 51-yard field goal on the left hash if they're not able to move the ball any closer. It is officially a gain of 7, so 3rd down and 5 this is.
I'm expecting a little pressure out of Greenville's defense.
Another low snap, but handled this time by Rogers. That's something that's been an issue for the Eagles.
Oh boy,
Rogers trying to buy time, and he's going to be met well behind, back at the original line of scrimmage of the series, and the Greenville defense playing with plenty of momentum, especially Anthony Gutierrez.
Yeah, I mean, can you feel the momentum shift? You know, the momentum was shifting before the Greenville had scored. It was starting to shift midway in the second quarter, and these kids are starting to believe in themselves.
So
I mean, it's 4th and 9. I said it's a 4-down territory.
So a look at the King's Furniture and Mattress best seat in the house. The Eaton fans, they're looking to see if the Eagles can capitalize on this 4th and long opportunity. They're going for it under 8 minutes to go in the 3rd. 4th and 9.
Greenville continue to bend but don't break.
Line to gain is the 29-yard line. Rogers hit as he throws. Passes complete.
I don't know if he's got enough.
What does he have enough?
I don't know. It's one of those left foot, right foot. Depends on where the mark is.
Brandon Couch made the reception. It will count as a catch.
Will they bring the chains or no?
And we should also mention, as they take a timeout, they will measure. We should mention also, closed caption is sponsored by Thrush & Sons this year. And they will take a timeout for measurement. Second time that's happened already.
Wow.
Greenville, they brought out for a measurement in the first half in the second quarter, and that turned out to be a first down in Greenville's favor. We'll see if it turns out for Eaton here.
Eaton is, but even if they won't get a first down, I give a lot of credit for Aaron Rodgers for not panicking.
Yeah.
Not panicking at all and giving his team a chance for the first down. And there it is. We're going to stretch it out. Every eyeball is looking.
Mark and a Greenville hold. My goodness, how the advantages have turned in Greenville's favor since the second quarter.
I tell you, I always talk about old man Mo, as in momentum. He just wants to ride. Whether he's on your sideline or the other sideline, he just wants to ride. Good play here. I mean,
that's as close as you can get.
It is. I mean, it depends on the angle the referees are seeing it, especially when you're going away from the markers. It's usually going to be short.
That was Landon Noble who had the pressure on Rogers. He probably threw off his back foot. That also probably affected Couch having to come back just to make the grab, just to give Eaton a chance at converting the first down. And now Greenville takes over.
Man, that Eaton defense is riled up.
And now like you say, another key stop.
We got an injury player. Oh boy. I thought I seen Ramo grab his ankle, but I'm hoping for the best, hoping it's just a cramp, first game of the season. But
we'll take a timeout. Greenville with the ball, but trailing Eaton 10-7. 7:24 to play in the third quarter of the season premiere of Lee's Thursday Night Lights, presented by Cincinnati Area Toyota Dealers. Eaton with a 10-7 lead, Greenville with the ball and with the momentum, and Gabe Rammel, who did pick up an injury on that play. The good news is you see him able to walk off, albeit slowly, but under his own power to the sideline. He was very effective in the first half, and if he's unable to continue, we hope he is able to get back on the field as soon as possible, but if he is unable to continue, that's going to forced Greenville to really delve into plan B in terms of the backfield.
Yes, indeed. I mean, he's their stalwarts. Yeah, you know, we're not going to play doctor up here, but I remember when I was in college, Earl Bruce used to always talk about the guy who screams the loudest is hurt the least. Yep. And you think about growing up, people would scream, and the person that's hurt the worst saves the least.
So a loss of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 11 upcoming. It's going to be a screen pass from Lucas Thorpe, and he's not going to break free for an 83-yard touchdown this time, but you just saw on your TV screen coming up
in a little slow too.
In a little over an hour over on Fox 45, you will be able to check out Dayton 24/7 now. We'll have the news and reaction from Day 4 of the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. Also, the news affecting and weather affecting the Miami Valley. That's with Chief Meteorologist Natalie Walters, also Adam Arrow and Elise Coulter. That will be coming up in just over an hour at 10 o'clock Eastern on Dayton 24/7 now on Fox 45. There was a timeout taken with 6:53, an injury timeout.
That was Lucas Thorpe.
So Greenville, now, you hate to say it, they were playing so well in the first half, and this opening sequence of the second half, now they kind of getting hit by the injury bug. Now who can step up? Gabe Rammel and Lucas Thorpe have certainly done their part to get Greenville back in this game. Now it's going to be who else can step up.
I'm trying to see Lucas. I hope it's just cramps. And usually the first game of the season is cramp. I'm always hoping for the best. I can't tell exactly what the trainers are doing. Hopefully they are stretching him out. But it does look like a cramp. I hope it's just a cramp. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
Water is key, especially in August.
That was my biggest problem, in high school and college. I wouldn't drink enough water.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, I would like, Coach, make sure it's going to be hot out there. I'm so caught up in the game, and I would forget to drink. So by the time I got to the pros, I would tell the trainers, force me to drink water. Every time I come to the sideline, give me 2 cups of Gatorade or water or whatever, to keep me hydrated.
Well, the weather has been very pleasant, especially for late August. I mean, barely cracking the 80s, though I was able to go golfing earlier this week, and I don't think it cracked 75 when I went on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And dare I say it, that's probably a reason why I shot my best ever round, my first round under 80.
Your first round under 80?
First round under 80.
Wow. Nice.
Now watch me struggle to keep it under 100 the next time I go golfing. That's a lot of averages.
Last Saturday I played, and I was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yep.
I went out and shot a 50 on the front 9 and a 40 on the back 9 with 2 3-putts on the back. I'm like, I could have shot 38, you rascal.
Exactly, yeah. Well, Lucas Thorpe is up, and...
Yeah, he's trying to stretch that calf out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've been
drink
told
mass quantities of water.
Looks more like cramps, not serious, thankfully, but it is painful.
Oh, they hurt, trust me.
So a gain of about 5 on that play. It will be 3rd and 6 upcoming from the 34-yard line with 6:53 to play in the third quarter.
I've never seen nobody walk off the field backwards that far.
Trying to stretch out those calves.
Yeah. Your night's not over, young man.
So here's Mannix with one man in the backfield, and it looks like an early movement on somebody.
False start. Offense number 74. Third down.
Isaac Winner forcing what would have been a 3rd and 6 to become a now 3rd and 11. Yep. On the right side of that line.
Well, that was one of my Achilles heels. I never knew the snap count. But I didn't jump offside because I was in the backfield. I would just wait till everybody the ball snapped, then I moved. I'm thinking about everything else except the snap count.
So 3rd and 11. Clock running under 6:30 to play in the third quarter. Mannix rolling to his right.
That helps. You got
trying to buy some time, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Looked like he was trying to thread the needle to Johnny Barr, and Barr was conscientious of where the line to gain was, but the pass was just beyond his grasp, and Greenville will have to punt.
We gave him a chance.
Yeah, it did. Brandon Couch was also had the angle covered as well.
Good defense by Eaton there. I think we got another player injured, another Eaton player over there.
Over on the far sideline, yes.
The cramps starts the second half.
Well, that's the big thing. Yeah, you're playing at a high level for the first half. You go take a break, and then you come back to do it again. And even, again,
I
even
believe
with
these air-conditioned locker rooms.
even
Players
with
get soft. No, I'm just teasing.
the lower than average temperature, I mean, usually we're accustomed to what? High 80s,
Yeah,
90s?
80s, yep.
The last couple of days, it was all we could do just to break 80. We are expecting 90-degree weather for the weekend and the first part of next week. But right now, it's perfect weather. This is weather that we would expect more in late September, early October.
Well, I'm not going to complain about the weather.
Neither am I.
Because I've been playing golf. We had a scarlet and gray golf match.
Yep.
Some of the Mike Doss and Beanie Wells, they came down from Columbus, and I was the captain of the scarlet team, and Mike Doss was captain of the gray team, and we prevailed.
Oh, very nice. So what were the bragging rights? What was at stake?
At stake was we played 2 weeks ago in Columbus, and the gray team beat us for the first time in 3 years.
Oh, wow.
So we played it 2 weeks later, that was this past Tuesday. So we whipped them. And I got to go get a trophy made because I want more than their money out of their pockets. I want their pride. I want that trophy.
Gotcha.
And the winners get to keep the trophy for the rest of the year.
Plenty for the Green Wave is Mason Pieri. Back to receive for the Eagles.
Low snap.
So 4th and 11, the punt on away. 2 men are deep for Eaton, and Connor Back will take the fair catch at the Eagle 43-yard line. So that's where Eaton will take over with just over 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. 10-7 lead for the Eagles on Thursday Night Lights.
I'm attorney Michael Allwright. I'm proud to be a sponsor of Thursday Night Lights again this year. I'm happy to take part in such a great community event. It is an honor to support this sponsorship, bringing families, communities, and people together to celebrate the sportsmanship of all athletes. Let's all celebrate together, and remember, if you've been injured in an accident, make the right choice.
Our thanks to the law office of Wright and Schulte for their continued sponsorship of Thursday Night Lights. As on first down for Eaton, it's a handoff up the middle to Cordes Garrard, good for about a 3-yard gain, so going to bring up 2nd and roughly 7 just past the 45-yard line.
Landon Noble on the tackle.
Already
this is Eaton's second time getting the ball this half.
Yep.
Got great field position.
They had a great kickoff return from Connor Back, but that drive ultimately ended in a turnover on downs. Now we'll see how this drive ends. Again, their only touchdown came on their opening drive of the game, a 1-yard run from Bryson Simpson. But since then, Greenville has outscored the Eagles 7-3. Pitch out to Bryson Simpson. And quickly breaking couple tackles inside Greenville territory. That's going to set up 3rd and short.
Another key 3rd down coming up here.
But certainly much more manageable than 3rd and 10. It will be 3rd and 1. They will, or 3rd and 2, I would say, marking it at the 49-yard line.
Yeah.
We'll be sure to tune in throughout the fall and also tonight for The Big Bang Theory. Coming up evenings on Fox 45 at 7 and 7:30 p.m. Sheldon Cooper and the gang from the famed hit comedy show Big Bang Theory. As here's the 3rd down and 1. Maybe he got a yard, Berard did, but Camden Reithman and the defense for Greenville forcing a hold.
Is playing some football tonight.
And now the Eagles with a decision to make. Do they go for it on 4th down? It looks like he did get 1 yard, so we'll make it 4th and 1 instead of 4th and 2. Again, Camden Reithman there on the stop.
Ball on the Greenville 48-yard line. Brings up 4th down for the Eagles.
They will indeed go for it. In a situation, you're right in midfield. It's a situation of why not. Trying to get back the momentum after Greenville has had it for some time.
Line we've been talking about all night for Eaton. Can they get it done? Ball is loose.
A ball is loose.
And that's the first. Well, it's going to be a turnover on downs either way, but that might be the first official turnover. Eaton comes up with the football. Greenville comes up with the football. That's turnover number 1 for the night.
So 3:49 to play in the third quarter. Greenville's momentum continues.
I didn't think Aaron Rodgers pulled out soon enough. It just the snap seemed good to me. They just didn't handle it. Eaton has to settle down right now. I think they're pressing a little bit instead of letting the game come to them and just trusting, the game plan. Where they talked about in my notes, the keys to the game. They got to get back to that. There's a screen. They got to set up
Mannix
this
got
time.
the screen off in time. It's going to be good for a completion of about 5 yards. That pass complete to number 10, Titus Eberwine. Mannix was quickly being chased and nearly sacked by number 73 for the Eagles. That is Nate Puckett.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fine line between when you're the offensive line. You don't want to block the defense too hard, but you don't want to let them go too quickly either. So, you got to give Mannix a chance to get the play set up.
So this has been an exciting and entertaining contest. 2nd down and 4 now, as what looked to be almost a disaster for Greenville ends up being a 6-yard gain, and this is Eberwine who takes the sweep and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Not much there in that short side of the field. But I'm just looking at, the body language of the Greenville Green Wave. They're walking around, with a sense of, we can get it. They with belief. Even though they're down 3, they got a sense of, they're in the game. And then on the other side, Eaton is playing like they're playing not to lose.
Yeah, and there's a big difference.
We believe we're the better team, but this is game 1. Both teams are 0-0. History matters, but not right now. It's where you are right now.
That was a big focus of the Green Wave in terms of how they approach the preseason, as on 3rd down, this is going to be a slight gain, but not enough to convert the chain or to move the chains.
Yeah, and I'm Greenville. You're going to punt it and try to play field position and trust your defense to get another turnover, or back them up so they don't get out. It's going to be hard to go for this on 4th down.
Ball's at the 45-yard line. Line to gain is the 41.
I'm thinking they may try to draw them off sides.
That's very true.
Get it. If they not, they go back 5 and you punt it then. This is why I said don't be anxious. Let the game come to you. I'd be surprised if he snaps it.
Lines up, and now they call a timeout.
You may need that later on.
They took the time to at least let the time run down, give themselves time to think. And now Sean Ford with
they might be going for it.
The big decisions.
They want to see what they do. How they line up
his
against
first game. Well, this is, again, game 1 of the season. Next week, we are headed to Greene County and the community of Jamestown as the Greenview Rams host the Waynesville Spartans. That's coming up next Thursday, August 29th at 7 p.m. You'll watch it right here on MyTV Dayton. That's channel 22.3 over the air, channel 24 on Spectrum. And we will also be streaming live on Facebook, facebook.com/Dayton247now. So we're on to the west of Montgomery County. Next week, we're going to the east of Montgomery County to the community of Jamestown.
Jamestown, we're coming. I wonder what they have in their concession stand. I'm still going to try to figure out a way to get some of those chicken and potato strips. I've been thinking about it. Tez, it's your fault.
So 4th and 4, they will go for it. A handoff to Eberwine, and he's going to lose some yardage on this play. Not even getting back to the line of scrimmage. So the Eaton defense with a turnover on downs in this 3rd quarter. That will do big.
Their defense has something to say, yeah.
That will be big to establish their momentum. That was a stop on the part of number 54 for the Eagles, Jonathan Schmidt. So 2:12 to go in the 3rd quarter now as Eaton takes over, trying to gain some momentum. Again, it all goes back to their first drive of the game, as right now we see a player receiving attention, being helped to his feet. That is Michael Fox. He is able to walk with assistance to the sideline.
I mean, the injury bug is really starting to hit him. I don't believe I saw Lucas Thorpe out there on that series.
Yeah, I've not seen.
He's cramping up.
Thorpe return. Gabe Ramel has not returned, and now Michael Fox, the starting fullback. So that is something that could definitely be a factor, especially if it stays a 10-7 game. The ability, who's able to stay on the field longer.
Can this Greenville team continue to get off the field defensively?
Rogers on 1st down. Pass is complete, and broken tackles And able to pick up close to a first down is number 8, Gavin Winings on the reception. It's not going to be enough for a first down, but it will be seconded short.
That's where they, when they had success in that first quarter, they were successful on first down.
Yeah.
And, and now they're getting in the second quarter, you got to give Greenville credit, but Eaton got away from what was working best for them. That was multiple formations, and they was mixing up the run and pass really good.
Rogers standing in shotgun back at the Green Wave 49-yard line. It was a gain of 9 on the play, so 2nd and 1 as we come up on the 2-minute mark. It's Berard quickly ahead for the first down.
Line.
Nearly hopped over a man and quickly down to the 35-yard line. That's Berard picking up an Eaton first down presented by Arby's.
That's changing the line of scrimmage. And, you're winning, you're playing on their side of the line of scrimmage. Look at that line. Everybody's got a hat on a hat.
I think he hopped over his own offensive lineman to get those extra couple of yards. So Eaton trying to slowly grab the momentum back after it was definitely with Greenville for a period of time in this third quarter. But they've had the 4th down stand, and now coming up on 100 seconds to go in the third quarter. Swing pass out to Connor back. Got a couple of blocks quickly inside the 30 and the 25. He should have another first down. Yes, he will. Just outside the red zone. But Connor back moves the chains for another Eaton first down, and it's presented by Arby's.
I was talking about old Mo. I said Mo doesn't care who's out on the sideline, and all he wants to do is ride. And right now he's riding the momentum of the Eaton Eagles.
Ball's now at the Greenville 23-yard line. That's a first down for the Eagles.
And my coach told me when you have momentum, keep it. If you don't have it, go get it. Keep him on your side.
From the 23-yard line, one man in the backfield on the right hip of Rogers, and it's Berard who takes the handoff up the middle. Met at the 21-yard line, so a gain of about 2 brings up 2nd down.
That Eaton defense was really stout that time. I mean, Greenville's defense was stout that time.
Yep.
And if you're Greenville, you're looking for a turnover. And if you're Eaton, hey, you're trying to get, points on the board, get it back to a 2-score game. You don't want to settle for a field goal here.
Well, there's a live look.
Touchdown.
Well, there's a live look at the Eaton students eager to see the Eagles score a touchdown on Hawaiian T-shirt night. A creative theme to open the 2024 season, as here's Rogers quickly taking it himself. He spins forward, going to be close to a first down inside the 15, but regardless, it will put Eaton back in the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important, and that is the first delivery zone play we'll have upcoming we've had in this second half.
Brings up 3rd down for the Eagles.
And it's the end of the third quarter.
So a quick-moving third quarter and a quarter that involved an 83-yard touchdown run from Aiden Mannix to Lucas Thorpe. Greenville back in the game, but Eaton still leads 10-7 on Thursday Night Lights.
It's a full hour of Can't Miss Family Fun. Join host Steve Hart.
10-7 Eaton as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Here's Tej Joshi.
Friends, I want to show you a quick look one more time at the student section right here. The Eagles nest. Everybody take a look. Cheerleaders are pumped. The fans are ready for the fourth quarter to get underway. We'll send it back up to you in the broadcast booth.
All right, thank you, Tej. Shout out to the Eaton High School students who just started school this week. Wednesday was the first day back. Glad everyone had a great summer, and a critical play here on 3rd and 1 for the Eagles to start the fourth quarter. It's a handoff up the right side, and Berard nearly breaking tackles for pay dirt. He is stopped inside the 5, but it will be a 1st and goal situation for the Eagles. That's a first down presented by Bathmasters.
Yeah, they seem like they're coming in this fourth quarter. You see a lot of kids having their 4 fingers up. This is where games are won and lost. And if you're Eaton, you want to take command early in this first quarter right now. And that's a big, serious run. Look to run when they see the running backs fall forward.
Preston Orr and the offensive line also making blocks to give Berard the room to convert the 3rd down. So 1st and goal from inside the 5. It's another handoff to Berard. Same play, and he should be pushed from behind. That's enough for an Eaton touchdown. In the first minute of the fourth quarter, Eaton's first rushing touchdown for Cordes Berard in 2024, and that's a touchdown presented by Donato's.
You getting the home crowd back there. They fired up the Eaton Fire Department horn.
So from about 2 yards out, the Eagles reestablish a 2-score lead after it looked like Greenville had grabbed the momentum and were in a position where they could have come from behind to win, but well played by Eaton. They got the fourth down stand, and they quickly marched downfield methodically, just like they did their first drive back in the first quarter.
Yeah, they went back and just trusted the game plan and said, hey, we're going to win doing our best, doing what we do best.
John Hewitt at the extra point, and it is a 17-7 game with 11:26 in regulation time. This is the season premiere of Thursday Night Lights. This is the season premiere of Lee's Thursday Night Lights from Eaton, Ohio. The Eagles of Eaton High School with a 17-7 lead on the Greenville Green Wave, and they just reestablished a 10-point lead thanks to a 2-yard run from Cordes Berard. A couple of timely runs up the right tackle by the senior captain, who has been in talks with several Division III schools wanting to play college football at the Division III level, and plays like that will certainly boost his stock as that kickoff presented by Carroll Wirtz Tire Company goes back for a touchback.
John Hewitt has not let anyone return the kick on him, man.
Nope.
If I was on those team, can you give me one chance, John? Just kick it a little high and give me a chance to return the kickoff. He said, not so. Kicking it deep in the end zone.
And Berard has also been busy on the defensive side for the Eagles, too. A couple of bat downs and a couple of hurries. As there's a look at the Arby's scoring summary. Berard getting credit for a 3-yard run, I should say. A 53-yard drive that started with a turnover on downs. Took up about 2.5 minutes.
With the sparkly mouthpiece. Maybe that's his Hawaiian theme.
Again, the Eaton students dressing up in Hawaiian shirts on this. It's just
their
bubble
screen.
Second day back at school. Mannix on first down with a screen pass that is complete to Gage Denham. Good for about 2 yards, brings up 2nd and 8.
I haven't seen Lucas Glover back in the game. I mean, Lucas Thorpe.
Lucas Thorpe, yep.
Lucas Thorpe, I'm thinking of the golfer.
Yeah, definitely.
And Gabe Ramwell isn't back in, so injuries are playing the toll, but it's giving other players the opportunity to step up and make a play also.
Definitely wish the best to those two, that they're able to, if not get back into this game, at least be healthy for week 2. Greenville's got to go back on the road next week where they're at Troy to open MVL play. In the meantime, here's Titus Eberwine up the middle. That's going to be close to a Greenville first down, or excuse me, that's Michael Fox actually.
Nice run.
Eberwine.
It's hard to start the season first 2 games on the road.
Yeah, it is.
That's tough. I mean, I was a rookie in the NFL. My first game was against Washington. Second game against the 85 Bears.
Oh, my goodness, the 85 Bears, yeah.
Yeah, so they was just coming off that Super Bowl team, and it was 86. So it's like, wow, where did...
Well, if you're watching the game on Facebook, be sure to interact with us at Dayton 247 Now. We are streaming live on Facebook for tonight's game, not just on MyTV Dayton, but also through social media. Be sure to follow us on both Facebook and also X, formerly known as Twitter. Here's a handoff up the middle. That's going to be good for about a 5-yard pickup. That wasn't.
Oh, yeah, you can't have that extracurricular activity.
And we've got a couple of late flags.
Yards. I don't know if it's going to be offsetting penalty, but I can't think of his numbers. I missed his number, but an Eaton player came in late and pushed him from behind, and that's probably what the referee saw.
We should mention that Eberwine's carry on the last play before this, that was good enough for a first down presented by Batmasters, and depending on if this penalty is indeed on Eaton, and I did notice a Greenville assistant coach clapping.
The run is right here.
Here we go. The ball from Brandon Kidwell.
After the play, personal foul, defense number 78. 15 yards to be added to the end of the run.
So that's going to move the ball further downfield.
It's always the second guy. I mean, there's a little skirmish between both linemen. You know.
So ball placed at close to midfield, the Greenville 49-yard line, and that is another Green Wave first down presented by Bathmasters. Eaton has not trailed this game. They scored on the opening drive of the season, and they have not relinquished that lead, but Greenville has made it a game with timely plays. Could this be one of them? Handoff to Eberwine. He's quickly met behind and dragged down for a loss. Number 78, that
was a tackle.
Cooper Wilson.
Cooper said, I got to make up for that 15-yard penalty I cost the team.
Here's another look at that play.
Yeah, Cooper's going to show this play 10 years from now. His family, look at your pop.
46-yard line.
Yeah, I love high school football. I really do.
Second down for the Green Wave.
Yeah, these are guys you grew up with. You live in your neighborhood. They're playing against each other. And that's why I love doing Thursday night lights.
Yeah.
You know, I wish we had Thursday night lights when I was in high school. Somehow you don't have a long time ago.
A loss of 3 on the play, so it's 2nd and 13. Mannix looking to his right. That pass complete to Gage Denham.
Gage
hit hard.
Oh, face mask.
And we got a face mask as well. So we'll see where they spot the ball after the penalty. It looked to be like forward progress was always going to be enough for a first down, but Gage Denham with a great catch in traffic to boot.
Yeah, I mean, he had to go in there and be willing to take a, feel some pain. But he went there and did it. It may have been enough for the first down on the initial catch, and then when he started running, I'm like, I don't know, but then he got a 15-yard penalty, which should make it automatic first down. I remember one year when I was in New England, Bill Belichick, he was a defense coordinator, but Parcells had said Belichick had did some things. Whenever a defense has a penalty,
15 yards at the end of the run. First down.
Whenever defense has a penalty, 75% of the time the offense scores. Because most of the defensive penalties are first down penalties. You give an offense another, first down, and a lot of them are 10 to 15-yard penalties. You're like, that's a 15-yard penalty.
And again, added onto the run afterwards. So it's not just a first down presented by Bathmasters for the Greenville Green Wave. It now puts them at the Eaton 30-yard line, very much in scoring position. And here's Eberwine quickly forward for a couple more yards to about the 26.
Yeah, and I'm not sure it's going to cost Eaton points, but they've given, on this drive alone, they've given Greenville 30 yards.
Yep.
They have 2 15-yard penalties, one for unsportsmanlike conduct, and then another one for face mask. That's 30 yards. That's 3 first downs you don't have to get. If I'm Greenville, I'm like, oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
10 yards is hard to get out here in the football field.
Well, coming up in just a few minutes, it's our weekly news, or our weeknight news with Chief Meteorologist Natalie Walters. That's tonight at 11 o'clock on ABC 22. Actually, it will be coming up after the Democratic National Convention Day 4. Get your day's news and weather from Adam Arrow, Elise Coulter, and Chief Meteorologist Natalie Walters. That's on Fox 45 coming up in less than an hour from now at 10 o'clock. And then later tonight on ABC 22, that will be later tonight after the conclusion of Day 4 of the Democratic Convention up in Chicago.
Brings up third down for the Green Wave.
Small gain on that last play, so it's going to be 3rd down and 6 from the 24, or from the 26, excuse me. Line to gain will be the 20.
He's used 3rd down right here. But they're probably going for 4th down. They went for 4th already.
Mannix's pass intercepted by Eaton. A big stand for the Eagle defense. And on the spot is Gavin Winings.
Yeah, that's their first turnover tonight.
So a key turnover there. First true turnover, taking away turnover of the night. Taking away turnovers on downs, I should say.
Both teams have a turnover. Eagles' turnover came on the 4th down on a bad snap, but Greenville recovered, and this is the interception variety for Eaton's first turnover of the game and of the season.
So now Eaton takes over with 7:24 to go in the game and a 10-point lead. They're at their own 27-yard line. This is Berard up the middle, quickly past the 30, close to about the 33-yard line. And that right now, I would say, is the MO for the Eagles offense. Just up the middle, run the clock, and make sure everyone stays healthy, because they do have a tricky road trip coming up next week when they go on the road to Richmond, Indiana.
That's going to be a tough game. You know, but if I'm Eaton, all I want to do is, next week's going to take care of itself. Let's get game one. It's usually the hardest game of the season to win is your first one. You get the monkey off the back, and then you're like, okay, now let's just look forward to week 2. And right now, if I'm Eaton, just build on the momentum that you have going right now.
On second down, another handoff that should be close to an Eagle first down, and Berard on the carry as that moves the chains. It is indeed an Eaton first down presented by Batmasters. And coming up in just a few minutes, there's a look for the first time this year at the TNL Champions Trophy.
Nice trophy.
Joshi will be presenting the winning coach and winning team with this trophy. Again, be sure to tune in about 6.5 minutes of game time for the presentation of the TNL Champions Trophy.
I love to see the look on the kids' face when they get that trophy. That's a sense of pride. We won something, and that's nice. And they get to, hang on to that trophy.
And it's a memory that will be remembered forever for sure.
Absolutely.
From the 38, 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And it's another handoff to Berard up the right side. Quickly met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe they'll give him a yard, but not much more than that.
Yeah, if you're Greenville, you want to take the ball back away from your opponent. They took it from you. Now you're trying to get it back. Give yourself a chance to win.
And especially for Greenville, time is of the essence. We're quickly coming up on already under 6 minutes to go, and you're down 2 scores.
Half over now.
Again,
and they're going to be methodical. If I'm Eaton, I'm in no hurry to snap the ball. Eat as much clock as you want.
Again, both teams will be on the road for week 2. Eaton headed just across the border to the state border to Richmond, Indiana. Greenville, meanwhile, will open up Miami Valley League play on the road at Troy. And we've got a flag before the snap.
Yeah, a little officer, no movement. That's why I get started a little quicker. But I want to shout out the Eaton home fans.
Yeah.
The parking lot was kind of sparse about an hour and a half for the game, but they was getting off work. And next thing you know, that parking lot filled up, stands are full, and great job, the hosts here at Eaton. And also shout out Greenville. It's a nice little ride. But they're here to support their team, support those players. And it's important. It really is. When I was a player in high school, college, and pro, I look up and see, where's my family at?
Exactly.
Make you want to play harder. And your family and friends are at the game.
On 2nd and 14 after the penalty, it's a pitch out to Bryson Simpson. He gets more than just getting back to the line of scrimmage. He's actually going to be close to another Eaton first down out near midfield. And they look like they will mark him right at the 48, which is the line to gain. Or maybe they'll mark him just short. No, they will give him the first down. He got to the 48-yard line. And that is an Eagle first down presented by Batmasters. It comes with 4:50 to play in regulation.
Only bad thing, he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah. From the Eaton
that's the coaching point. Eaton gets it. The coaches love it always. They don't want you to get too high or too low, and they give him something to complain about. Coach Davis, I'm sure, will bring that up during film session. Yeah, for the game, I was mingling with some of the fans, and one of the fans, hey, man, y'all make sure y'all show me on TV.
Exactly.
I said, I'll tell our producer. But
We've seen a couple of those best seats in the house.
Yeah, but I won't do it because you got a bad hat on. You're like, what? What's wrong with my hat? It's Tennessee. You had a Buckeye hat on. Maybe I'll talk to producers, but I'm not. So don't worry about it. If you see a guy with a Tennessee hat on, tell him, we wore to wear a hat to the game.
Handoff up the middle, going to be short gain, but from the Eaton perspective, the more important thing would be just running out the clock and making sure everyone is healthy afterward.
Brings up second down for the Eagles.
Greenville took that early timeout early in the third quarter, so they only have 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
Got plenty of time on the game clock. The play clock, I'm sure.
Yep. Well, both. Yeah, we still have 4 minutes to go in the game. But here's Rogers, lone man in the backfield, pitch out to Berard. Quickly runs over a man, still on his feet, inside the 30, down to about the 25-yard line. Cordes Berard with a big run to move the ball past midfield.
A big man playing a big man's game.
And that's an Eaton first down presented by Batmasters.
He can't wait to put that film on tape. He said that way to some colleges. They're going to be like, yeah, we're going to sign you.
And another look at the best seat in the house, the King's
We got
Furniture
a
and
great
Mattress.
seat.
There we are. Matt Digby, Keith Byars, and we got to give a shout out to Seth Cooper,
Hey, Seth.
back again for our outstanding booth manager, Seth Cooper. He's going to be ready for our first Football Friday as well, coming up tomorrow on Dayton 24/7 now on Fox 45 and ABC 22. So Rogers with a QB keeper, does well to fake out one defender, still on his feet inside the 15-yard line, and that's going to be enough for an Eaton first down. Another first down presented by Bathmasters, and it also means Eaton is in the Donato's delivery zone. Donato's Pizza, a great call for after the game. Order online for pickup or delivery at donatos.com. Every piece is important. How many broken tackles in that sequence alone?
I count 5. And the clock is ticking.
So again, Eaton in the Donato's delivery zone with just over 3 minutes to go in the game. A touchdown here, you would think, will put the game in control. If Greenville can somehow get a turnover here, right now only down 10, it's still very much a game.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking for a turnover.
And the Green Wave will take a timeout. We'll take it with them. 17-7 Eaton leads, but they are on the doorstep of Thursday Night Lights victory. 3:01 to go in the fourth quarter. It is the first Thursday Night Lights game of 2024. Matt Digby, Keith Byars, Taze Joshi, and our crew greeting you from Preble County in western Ohio on this Thursday, August 22nd. Eaton with the ball and a 17-7 lead, looking to make that 24-7 potentially and put this game beyond reach as they are 181 seconds away from a fourth straight season opening win. They have not lost to Greenville since 2019, and Cordes Berard putting an exclamation point with his second touchdown of the quarter from 13 yards out, and that's a touchdown presented by Donato's.
You know, we were talking about the offensive line on the break, during the commercial break, and that offensive line has been consistent all night long, opening up hole after hole, giving Aaron Rodgers time to throw the football and the backs time to, room to run. A tremendous job of that offensive line. They've won the fourth quarter.
Very much so. Just like they won the opening drive of the game.
Yes, they did. They won the first quarter, opened the first drive of the game, go up 7-0 to start your season off, and then they're capping it off here in the fourth quarter. Low snap,
and a bobble on the play, and Trevor Davis going to do all he can just to prevent Greenville from taking 2 points.
John Hewitt's going to say, hey, don't let that happen no more.
So it is a 16-point game, still technically 2 possessions, but
Well,
look at the
offensive
13-yard
line.
touchdown run from Cordes Berard, his second of the game.
Your Cordes is like, I'm that deep into the secondary without having to break a tackle. Yep.
So runs of 3 yards and 13 yards for the senior
I
captain.
think Cordes is going to remember this night a long time. Fred Ritter, if you're watching, your Eaton Eagles are making you very proud. He may even be here.
He may be, yeah.
If you're here, Fred, come see me.
Well, the Eaton Eagles, they definitely had moments of nervousness in the second quarter and the third quarter, but now in the fourth quarter they've been able to kind of reestablish their momentum, and it looks like they will indeed start 1-0 for a fourth straight year, a fourth straight win against Greenville, and that will give them momentum going into week 2 when they go on the road to Richmond, Indiana.
Totally agree. That's how you want to start the season off. You want to finish strong these last 2 minutes and 57 seconds. But this Greenville team is unlike Greenville teams you've seen in the past.
Exactly, yeah. They definitely
had some injuries in the second half, that contribute to this. But I just like their attitude. They said that they're building the dog with the back of their helmet.
Developing the dog.
They're developing the dog in them.
That's the mannerism
of their future looks bright.
First-year head coach Sean Ford, and they were ready for today's game, and just Eaton is Eaton has just been able
and
to
the players
get
are still
momentum.
playing hard. You can tell when the team quits, but this team has had no quit in them. So that's good on Greenville for staying. Listening to the message all off season with a new coach, and now they're going to win some ball games this year. they're going to win some ball games. They're going to, they're going to develop their dog.
They do have
and
to
they're
wait.
in the midst of development right now. Even nights like this,
They
first
do have-
game, it helps.
They do have to wait until week 3 for their first home game. They're scheduled to take on the Tippecanoe Red Devils in week 3, September 6th.
That's traditionally a good team, too. Tippecanoe.
That kickoff, by the way, brought to you by Carroll Works Tire Company. Meanwhile, no empty backfield as Mannix looking downfield. That pass in and out of the hands of Camden Reithman. But he was unable to hang on to the ball, hit by Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback, who knocked the ball loose.
I'm telling you, he has been there. The quarterback is for Greenville. He has been. He's given the receiver a chance to catch the ball.
Ineligible man downfield on the offense. Penalties decline. Result of a second down.
So penalties decline means it is 2nd down and 10.
Let me tell you, and Aiden Mannix has been, every bit of the leader that you expected him to be.
It comes with a position of being quarterback.
Yep.
And you played in high school and college and the professional game where the quarterback is the focal point of the offense.
Yes, I mean, and you need to have trust in him. And I believe, and you can tell these Greenville players believe in their quarterback.
There's a pitch to Titus Eberwine, who is trying to just get back to the line of scrimmage, prevent a loss on the play, and it looks like he will, but it will bring up also 3rd down and 10 as we're under 3 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, I mean, this Eaton defense is really, they got their legs back. They stumbled a little bit in the middle of the game, but they're finishing strong.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised to get another turnover.
Strong start and strong finish. That's what we saw that in a lot of our games last year on Thursday Night Lights, and we are seeing that from the Eagles tonight.
And then last year, all the games we did, for the most part, we bring, the drama to the game.
Yeah.
It was coming down to the fourth quarter. It depends who's going to win. And this game was a fourth quarter game, too. Came down to the fourth quarter.
Here's a screen pass and had a man open. That was Camden Reithman, who's unable to make the play on the ball, so that will bring up 4th down and 10 with under 2 minutes to play.
Hey, shake that one off, Camden. You got something. You won't drop that next week.
Yep.
Brings up 4th down for the Green.
Again, this is the first of 10 games that we're bringing your way high school football. We've got quite a few matchups around the area. We're here in Preble County tonight, Greene County next week. We'll be in Darke County week 5. I'm looking forward to that matchup between Ansonia and Tri-Village. That was a matchup last year that Ansonia won, and they went on to complete a perfect regular season, made it all the way to the regional championship game before a loss to the eventual Division 7 state champion Marion Local.
Hey, Marion Local is a strong program.
So Ansonia and Tri-Village, they are rightfully fired up for week 5. The Tigers and the Patriots. We look forward to. It will be a drive for us out to Darke County, but we're looking forward to a good game.
We had a really good schedule this year.
Mm-hmm. Definitely looking forward to some exciting competition. As here's the punt. It takes a couple pro-Greenville bounces and actually is going to put Eaton back towards midfield. Oh, even more bounces back out to the 40-yard line.
Ball just kept rolling.
Patience of Johnny Barr to see if it would take a couple more friendly bounces. It did, and Eaton will actually start on their side of the field with just under a minute, 50 seconds to play.
Now, if you're Eaton, do you take a knee? You take 4 knees? And you got to look at the assistant coach. I know you got a timeout left. You don't have to call it. First game of the season.
Yep.
You a couple guys nicked up.
Want to make sure you're ready for a tough trip to not just going on the road, but to an out-of-state team, Richmond. It's not that far just across the state borderline. Eaton is only, I think, like 20 or 30 minutes from Richmond, but still on the road against the team. You do have the extra day, though. They are playing on Friday, so that will definitely help.
It don't look like they're taking a knee.
Dead ball. I'll start. Offense number 20. 5 yards. First down.
Just after 9:30 Eastern here on this Thursday, August 22nd. Again, those of you watching on MyTV Dayton will have coverage of this game coming up tonight at 10 o'clock on Fox 45 and also over on ABC 22 when that program begins at the conclusion of the Democratic National Convention Day 4 in Chicago.
Well, they're not taking a knee, but they will run the ball.
First to 15, this is Berard still continuing to break tackles, and he carries the ball across midfield. Or actually, that was number 20 on the carry, Ethan Gregory, the junior, getting some playing time in these final minutes.
Yeah, Ethan said, I heard you up in the booth talking about taking knee. I want some carries, too. All right, Ethan.
Brings up second down for the Eagles.
Eaton will move to 1-0, barring a dramatic late change here in these final 70 seconds and counting.
Oh, good. Aaron's taking his time before he snaps the ball. Snap it under 5. 7, 6, 5. Okay, you can snap it. And Ethan Gregory gets another carry.
Another run for Ethan Gregory. He's quickly inside the 45 and close to another first down pickup. It will be 3rd and short upcoming, and they will have to run one more play at least.
Ball at the Greenville 42-yard line brings up 3rd down for the Eagles.
Ethan Gregory, I come to practice every day, Coach Mr. Byars.
Yeah,
I want the ball too. Okay.
And he's had a couple of profitable carries, so yeah. We're now under 30 seconds. 3rd down and 2. Eaton will need to run one more play, but especially if they get the first down, that will be it. This last play. Gregory again, this time up the left
He
side.
got his first down.
He was stopped initially at the line of scrimmage, but he will muscle his way inside the 40-yard line. That is enough for an Eaton first down presented by Bathmasters, and that will conclude tonight's game. The Eaton Eagles start 1-0 for the 4th straight year, a 23-7 win against Greenville, as Brad Davis goes out to congratulate Sean Ford and the Green Wave players on a job well done. This was a good game.
Very good.
It had its moments where it looked like Greenville was able to get back in game, and if they hadn't had that one turnover in the 4th quarter, who knows, it could have become a very exciting ending.
Yeah, the turnover and the injury bug got him in the second half. You know, cramps, you know, maybe a twisted ankle or knee, and the turnover. And, you know, both teams had one turnover, and the turnover that Greenville did hurt them, you know, because they had a 4th quarter turnover.
So 23-7 the final as Eaton wins. Trophy presentation and superlatives coming up next. You're watching Thursday Night Lights on MyTV Dayton. Well, unfortunately, Keith Byars, we never did get to try those chicken and potato wedges tonight.
They teased us.
They did. they let us on. But the Eaton Eagles winning 23-7 on the first week of Thursday Night Lights. And right now, Tej Joshi is with the winning head coach, Brad Davis, and the victorious Eagles.
Coach, a big win for you and the entire team, a tone-setting win in Week 1. What was the key in your preparations, getting all of these guys ready for this big Week 1 win?
Well, first game, there's always going to be some mistakes, so it was kind of whoever didn't make as many mistakes, right? And I think we came out with that on top tonight.
Coach, I know it's going to be impossible for you, but tell me maybe one player, one position group, what part of your team thrived tonight that led you to victory?
I think our offensive line, when we needed it, came through for us. Defensively, we did okay, minus one big play there. So still a lot to work on before next week, but we're happy being 1-0 right now.
Well, of course, you guys are happy to be 1-0, and I will let you guys celebrate with our Thursday Night Lights Champions Trophy presented by Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. I'll give this to you and the whole team to celebrate. There you guys go. Congratulations on your Week 1 victory.
Thank you, Tej. The victorious Eagles excited to start 1-0 for a 4th straight season. And time now to take a look at our superlatives. We have player of the game, play of the game, and drive of the game. We are going to start first with our player of the game. And we actually have a 5-way tie-up coming. The Eaton offensive line, the Big Sandy, big impact player of the game. The Eaton offensive line set the tone from the first drive and really allowed the Eaton running backs to have success.
Absolutely. From left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. Tremendous job for the big uglies, as some of my offensive linemen used to call themselves. Great job. And like my high school coach said, the only people that love their linemen unconditionally is the head coach and their mothers. Even running backs like myself, we love offensive line conditionally. You blocking big holes, I love you. But great job, offensive line, for Eaton.
Well done to the offensive line. They definitely earned their team the win tonight. Meantime, our play of the game is presented by Carol Wirtz Tire. It was not a winning play, but we got to give a special shout out to Greenville. This effort on the screen pass to Lucas Thorpe and breaking tackles before racing alone down the sideline for an 83-yard touchdown run.
Absolutely. He showed power, he showed finesse, and he showed speed. Great job, Lucas. I hope you get healthy. Hope you're back next week. He got cramps, seemed like at the end of this, in the middle of the fourth quarter. Tremendous talent, tremendous play. That was our play of the game.
Well done to Lucas Thorpe, our play of the game, but that made it 10-7 in the second half. However, Eaton able to establish momentum back later in the second half thanks to our drive of the game presented by Carol Wirtz Tire Company. It was the drive that ended in a touchdown that made it 17-7. Methodical, just like the first drive. Not relying too much on the big play, but doing enough on moving the ball forward. Not going backward, not letting mistakes get in their way. And the drive would ultimately end with a Cordes Farrar 3-yard touchdown run in the first minute of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, the momentum, we talked about it during the game, was seemed to be getting away from Eaton and Greenville. You got to give Greenville credit. They were taking them, snatching the momentum away. But they had that turnover, and then it was time for Eaton to be like, which way is this game going to go? It's going to be a 10-7 ball game.
Exactly.
You need a 2-score game, and they took advantage of it. Very methodically. Same way they started the game, opening drive, just went down and scored, and then when you need it the most in the fourth quarter, because this is when a lot of the games are decided in football, that offense, delivered the drive of the game.
Well, that will wrap up week 1 of 10. We are excited to bring you more high school football throughout the 2024 season. Special shout out to our producer, Aaliyah Baker, her first week with us on Thursday Night Lights. And
awesome,
Aaliyah.
Great
job.
Good working with you to start off the season.
We're looking forward to a great season of high school football, and I know the Eagles are excited to improve on this win as they go to Richmond next week. Greenville will go for win number 1 next week, and on the road at Detroit Trojans. That will do it for us. Week 1 of Thursday Night Lights. A reminder, coming up next week, a trip to Greene County as the Greenview Rams host the Waynesville Spartans. That will start Thursday at 7 p.m. from Jamestown, the eastern part of Greene County. Now for Keith Byars, Tage Joshi, our producer Aaliyah Baker, and our crew, I'm Matt Digby. Thank you for watching this presentation of Dayton 24/7 Now and Classic Productions. Good night from Eaton.